the distant region of Lussia in the north, where people rarely travel. The life there is calm. It's also dangerous. It's in the city of Greymark that we meet, that we first begin our journey. Greymark is a city that few travel to. Those who live here tend to live here for life. Once protected by a fierce monster hunter who has since passed away, and under threat of many a thing, most recently, a horde of orcs that has since disappeared, seemingly out of nowhere. In the tavern by the markets, with the clock tower, we first enter. It is a busy day at the tavern. People drinking, having fun. The tavern known as the Clockwork Inn always seems to be busy. Sitting at a table, we see a hooded figure. Underneath the hood, currently nursing a glass that's still full, there is no skin, just bones. And I'd like Clock to introduce his character.
Thank you. Okay, so Nisk is pretty much used to be a very renowned alchemist, but because got corrupted by studying a forgotten book, he attempted to achieve eternal life. But in this attempt, he failed, and because of that, he has been turned into skeletal form. He has been in this form for several years, which made him forget the way of alchemy, to the point where he pretty much became a novice. He lost his family because of this. He now is trying to get his family back, potentially fix everything.
Would you like to describe what he looks like and the likes there?
He looks like a very common skeleton. He has a hood covering his body. He is wearing a tunic which covers his skeletal form in order to not give any receive any weird look. Just trying to pass by and trying to not draw any attention.
Coming over to Nisk, who is sitting there pretending to drink, trying to fit in a bit. It's a barmaid. He just walks up, gives him a once over, and says, "You haven't touched your drink yet. Is it not what you want?"
No, the drink is fine. Just, I'm not really in the mood to drink right now. Thank you very much.
No. If you're looking for something to do, you can head over to the Central District. Apparently there was someone put out a reward for something.
Reward, you say?
Yeah.
Do you have any clue what type of something might be?
No real idea. I've been working here all day. I'm hearing rumors about it, though.
Well, thank you very much. I will certainly check it out.
Dude, I'm pissing myself right now.
What do you mean it's great?
Oh, dude, I love it, but I'm just pissing myself, man. It's so good. I'm trying to not disturb. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so good, Mattia.
Moving over to the Central District, outside the City Hall, standing looking at a notice board, someone who has traveled to Greymark to get away from everything and trying to find some clues. We see someone dressed in relatively covering clothing, with a graying skin and an ever-present sense of something natural and unnatural about them. Yuki, would you like to introduce your character? apparently.
Or she's just gonna get her like a lower voice. She's like, "Hello, my name's Bob, and I'm a farmer."
Who turned on the vacuum cleaner?
The day of surprises, you know?
Yuki, you there?
I already asked on Discord.
There we go. Internet connection.
Oh, that's a
What
weird
was-
name.
I had to introduce myself.
Yeah.
All right. So Edmund is a druid. First of all, he looks sort of skinny, pale. He's very impatient. He taps his fingers very often, and he's kind of wrapped in bandages. He used to be a druid, very proud of his task guarding the forests near Styria. But one of his arch druid told him to guard a relic and to investigate it. But one day it was stolen from him alongside his family, which was also taken, which was a pregnant wife and, well, the unborn child. He hasn't seen him since, and he's been trying to look him down.
All right. Well, what do you describe what he looks like?
Yeah, he's pretty skinny. He's very pale. He has white, thin hair. His eyes are kind of reddish. They glow reddish. He did. Did I mention that he's a revenant?
You did not. Now you do.
I did not. All right. So he was when his wife and kid and his artifact were stolen. He died,
How?
but he was killed by an assassin he couldn't see. But a few hours later, he woke up. His hatred kept him alive, and he stood right back up and tried going searching. But otherwise, he's very he's wearing dark robes. He's wearing bandages around his hands, trying to hide his skin. He's kind of falling apart slowly.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Walking over towards City Hall, uh, dressed in a regular uniform, a guard walks up, notices some people crowded around this newly put up post for something, and it promises a reward. Meg, would you like to introduce your character?
Okay. So my character, he's got he looks like a normal guard. He's got leather armor, a normal human male, nothing in particular that stands out. His figure's relatively athletic. He's got brown hair, brown eyes, fair skin, and to him he's got strapped a short sword and some various bits of weaponry, and he seems very intent on looking to see what new thing there might be to do.
And what
Yeah.
class were you? What?
Um, I am a blood hunter. But I'm not gonna say much more.
All right.
We move back to the tavern, where someone sits there actually drinking for once. An older gentleman who has also come to Greymark to find clues and try to sort out his life after some events. And having overheard rumors of there being someone needing help and a poster being put out in the central district, his interest is piqued. Yella, would you like to describe your character?
Definitely. Well, hello. Uh, my name is Erkenbold Smith. Um, I was a sailor on das Dewdrop. Das ist ein Tautropfen in my language, yeah. And I have a son, or rather had a son. His name is Hans. Und Hans has been killed by Emmanuel the Slimy, the pirate, yeah. Aber das ist so schön. Ich habe eine Frau. I have a Frau, ja. A wife. Und her name is Josephine. und she's so schön, she's so beautiful. She lives in Sunset Landing, but my son is dead. And I'm gonna try to find Hans again because I want my son back, yeah. And sorry, das just Hans ist sehr, sehr, sehr gut für mich, ja. Und ich habe ein Freund, ja. And he points to a beautiful blue pseudo dragon called Glühwürmchen. Uh, uh, you can say glue. It's a glowworm, yeah. Um, and I'm trying to find a way to get my son back, and I hope anyone can help because I need my hands. And that is Erkenbold, a quite good-looking old man. You can see that he spent most of his life on the sea, and he was a captain on his ship. But unfortunately, he got boarded and he lost almost his entire crew, and most importantly, his son to Emmanuel the Slimy, um, who was a renowned pirate. And he still needs to tell his wife, but he doesn't really want to because he wants to try and see if he can find uh, Hans back through magical ways. He's a gunslinger, so he has a pew pew pistol.
What
Um,
race is he? Is he
he's a human. He's a human.
okay?
And
Can you describe
later
it,
on,
what it looks like?
yes, he is as I said, an older gentleman. He's usually very well dressed. He has a saber by his side, and of course his pseudo dragon. And likes to keep himself nice and clean and tidy. He isn't like upset if he gets dirty, but he likes to keep things a little bit proper because he's a good sailor after all. He's quite renowned in Sunset Landing. And just to like for the out of session zero stuff, he will go into being a wizard, but I'm starting out as a fighter, gunslinger.
All right.
And I'm quickly gonna open my door for my cat.
For your little dragon, you Dumbo.
Heading over now to the markets. Someone is traveling by, a rather large someone, in fact, and covered under a cloak, a few feathers sticking out, oddly enough, as we see someone walking by, trying to swipe something, and succeeding, it seems, before someone notices something is missing, and the figure very easily blends back into the shadows, heading towards the central district, looking for something, anything to do. Julia, would you like to describe your character?
Oh, here we go again. Okay, so basically, uh, my character, my name is Tikea, and I'm weird. Basically, what can I say? I am a production of the rape because fuck the orcs. And my mother was a Kenku. Why was because for a Kenku to bear an orc child is pretty tough. So she died while giving a birth to me, and her family take care of me. Well, what I was doing while growing up, well, got a lot of jokes about my looks. I look like an orc, but my whole body is covered in the feathers. That's a tough thing. Everyone can notice you pretty far. So I'm not that agile as my brothers. So I basically was more like beating an ass type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point I got into a trouble, teenagers drinking a lot. So I actually needed to leave my hometown. You shouldn't know details. I'm just like now looking on my new path. And yeah, kind of like looking for goals in my life right now. Nothing to know about much.
Just vibing.
Yeah, pretty much. But don't say anything rude to me, otherwise I'm gonna kick your ass.
That's great.
Slay, sister, slay.
Ah, yeah, brother.
Want to describe sort of quickly just what you look like?
As I said, she has an average height because yeah, she has an orc blood in her, but she also has a kenku, so it's just like from very tall and very short, she goes in the middle. She's fully purple, but feather, and she's covered with the feathers all over her body, and more dark ones goes from her head down to her how knees.
Oh,
That's pretty long. It's from the side. It kind of looks like a cloak,
oh,
but actually, it's the weird mixture of the feathers and hair.
that's cool.
Also, she's keeping by her side some feathers from her childhood because as a child, they have a child fur, I would say,
Mhm.
that changes while growing, and she keeps it as a memory of who she is and where she's from. And she's dressed pretty pearly, I would say. Simple pants, simple shirt. So, yeah, nothing particular. Just a regular girl with a regular looks.
Besides being purple and with feathers.
Yeah.
At least I think, I don't think that if you turn on your face cam right now, you're purple with feathers.
Surprise, surprise.
All right.
Oh boy.
Takea makes her way over to the central district. She's heard some commotion over there. As she arrives, it seems that a lot of people have gathered outside the city hall, specifically around a notice board. There's a large group of people, most of them sort of take a quick peek at the posting that's listed, and then give a quick sigh and then walk away. Some strapped with weapons, some not. But even those who look most battle hardened, seem to not want to take this thing on. However, a few people stay. The posting is listed as such. There's been trouble sighted nearby. Please, if you're willing, bring your friends or strangers and come look at this. Things have gone missing, including people, and reports have said that there is definitive trouble brewing. There is no direct place to go listed, but there is a reward. 100 gold pieces to each member who participates. Now, it seems some people are off put by this high reward, knowing that with such a lucrative prize, there's most likely quite a lot of danger involved. But it seems the ones who've stayed, Nisk, Edmund, Max, Ekenbold, and Tikea, you're all kind of looking at each other, not knowing each other from before, thinking that this might be worth your time. As you all sort of, among yourself, decide that this might be worth checking into, something appears just at the edge of your vision. A shimmering, seemingly magical gateway opens up. And as if by something, you all feel like you should step inside.
Okay, I'ma head out.
End of the campaign. Goodbye.
Well, if I feel drawn towards it,
Can,
then
can I
it's a good
take a
thing to go.
Can I take a look at the poster? Does it look official? Does it look weird in any
It
way,
certainly
shape?
looks official. It's posted on very fine paper. There's no seal on it, but there is a slight magical essence emanating from it.
If I feel the urge to walk in the gateway, then
Assuming
Also-
everyone else
yeah.
joins up as well.
I'll huddle behind the rest.
Yes.
follow the horde. Yes.
I'm a dumb teenage girl, so I just ruled by
Yeah,
emotion.
you think there's some valuables behind the gate, you know?
A dumb teenage girl following an old man and two dead people.
Yeah, skeleton.
I mean, I wanna get there, so I will. I'm simple man, you know.
I'm changing
Yeah.
everything. Okay.
She's a warlock now.
Ah, I just decided to make a new
Are you worshipping sin?
She has it like on a sticky note as well. She just instantly just snap. It's there. Oh no, you need to make a new character. It's already done. I already have it. Don't worry.
2 months were enough, you know.
I'm checking a thing. Right.
Around 8,
Yeah.
I need to get some food. By the way, not just like quickly because I've not had dinner yet.
Wow, sucks to
Food is
be.
overrated either way. So, as you all step through, the sound of everything around starts dying down, and you're met with a strange silence. It's not entirely silent. The sounds of the city are still around, though dulled. And the thing that overtakes you now is the ticking of a clock. Rhythmic and precise. And the room around you, as you've stepped through, is mechanical almost. On many of the sides, you see clock faces. And all around you, mechanical workings, strange and slightly magical as well. And finally, you notice, sitting in a chair, what looks to be an old hobgoblin, red skin and slightly graying hair, dressed in a large suit of armor, shield at his side, and what appears to be a warhammer lying by his side as well. His gruff look quickly changes to excitement as he sees people arriving. And he stands up and says, "Hello, you must be... Well, it seems you've accepted my summons."
Well, I can say I accepted it, but I'm kind of curious about it.
Well, you stepped through the gateway. It means that somewhere in your mind, at least, you decided to accept it.
I just said I'm curious about it. I'm not going to. What do you
That's
offer?
good enough, I'd say. Good enough indeed.
Yeah, what must me do?
Well, as you must have seen, there has been some trouble.
What kind of troubles?
Well, I'll get into that shortly. But first, I'd like some introductions. I want to know who I'm working with.
Well, you can call me Nisk. That's all you need to know about.
Nisk. All right. I can tell you're a strange one.
Nah, not really.
Well,
Well, hello. I am Ekenbold Smith, a renowned sailor from Sunset Landing. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
I do believe I've heard of you before,
Well, of course.
but But
Oh, jeez, a fish man and a boner. What a team. What are you giggling about there, beauty?
Hello, my name's Theo, and I've been just working as a guard in Greymark.
and you decided to come here and work
I've
here.
been looking for something interesting to do for a long time now, and being a guard just isn't really doing it for me anymore.
My goodness, I'm bored of shopping.
That's fair enough.
Someone chaotic.
That is indeed fair enough. And the rest of you?
Right. Name's Edmund Willow. I'm a druid. I'm looking for something like my family. They've gone missing lately. Someone took them, and I'm looking for some gold, some money to go find them. I'm from
Noble
Styria,
task.
up further up north.
Hi. Strange place that.
Giving all your plans right away. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, which
Or a
one of you
better
doesn't
play
know
open
how to
guard.
flush some fucking shite?
Oi, mate.
Listen, I'm just very impatient.
I'm impatient.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
Whatever you say, skinny boy.
Ah, for
I'm here
fuck's
just
sake.
for money.
Right, shut it, youngster.
What did you say, you skinny? I'm gonna throw you like a stick.
No,
Push your
guys,
shit up your arse.
Hey,
let's not make this any more weirdly, yeah? Otherwise,
Right,
Goof is gonna
right.
get upset.
They are a
Please.
really strange bunch, aren't they? Never seen people like you before.
No, not quite. In any case, my name's Davin. You can now see in Starters 2 in notes.
You can see him.
Oh
What was that? Are you into guy again? It's your next word, Nightbright or whatever.
I
Hell yeah.
love it.
I'm gonna seduce him.
I cast hold person on him. It's mine.
So, you might wonder what this is all about.
Yes.
You're currently posted at the top of the Clockwork Tavern. In the Clockwork itself, I am the caretaker. I know this machinery inside and out, as well as the magic that powers it. But recently there have been some troubles. As you might note, I'm a hobgoblin. Whilst not directly from Greymark, I've spent quite a few years here. There have been some troubling news regarding what used to be my old friends, I suppose. Disappearances, items missing, all signs pointing to goblinoid activity. Or at least that's what I expect it to be. Now, the high gold reward is mainly because I know the danger the situation poses. You must not take these as fools. No. They are quite capable. Recently, there have been reports a local hunter has said he's seen strange activity at the very least. And I would like for you all to check it out. If it is indeed what I fear it is, there could be bigger problems at hand.
What do you think it is?
I hope not rats. Brr, rats.
No, nothing quite like that. Though my kin are known for their expertise in handling animals and training them. Though I do not think that is the trouble here. I think it lies more within potential new management. I know much about the hobgoblins, being one myself after all. They are, well, we are the cunning kind. Some take the fearsome path. It's not something I'd like to talk about, more in depth at least. But it is of some concern. Whilst the city of Greymark itself is well protected, in the foothills north here, people are not quite as protected. And that's where I would like you to head. On more or less a scouting mission.
Hmm.
And then report right back to me.
So just to see what's up.
Easy peasy, bruh.
Right. Be wary of traps. Be wary of ambushes. And be wary of strange things. If it is as I fear, these goblins might not be the usual kind.
What do you mean?
There are strange workings going on around here. Around all of Lussia, indeed. And such strange workings tend to bring about strange changes in people.
All right.
Mhm. So, is it something criminal? Is it something I should know about? Or rumors?
It seems that he's not talking about criminal activity, but more
Okay, something
something
more serious.
stranger. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will have a magical gateway prepared for you, as well as something for you to be able to get out quick. And he hands you a scroll. I've made sure this works properly, even without the ability to normally conjure up magical effects.
What is it?
It is not quite a scroll of teleportation, but there is a destination in mind, that being back here, and using it will take a bit of time. If there's anything you want to know more about right now, then I suggest you ask me. If not, then I will conjure up the portal for you to
Where in the
head
north
out.
are they headed? Like how far?
Just in the hills above Greymark.
And we just have to take a look and then report back?
That is the idea, yes.
And that's 100 gold. Yeah?
To each one of you.
Oh. Aber when I do that alone, do I get more of the gold? Yeah?
No. It is 100 gold per person willing.
Alright, then I think we have some new friends.
Is there anything you're not telling us? 100 gold seems excessive.
It is. That is an astute observation. It's, safety, I suppose. For it is a dangerous mission you're about to undertake. And if things are as I fear, this might not be the only time I need your services. The mission extends, for now, to scout out. And later, potentially, deal with threats.
I don't see a contract.
Hmm.
There is no contract needed. It is a verbal binding, I suppose.
Well, since we're putting ourselves in harm's way, going through your so called portal, I'd say it's fair if you paid half of it up front.
Yeah, Theo is right.
What if we die out there?
Make a persuasion check.
If we die, what does it
Um,
mean?
Who
We're
is
not
this
gonna
one
have the
anyway?
gold anyway if we die.
Ooh.
I suppose it is only fair. Very well then. He walks up and brings out this. He brings out this pouch. Puts it down at the table. Brings out a set of tools. And as he quickly brings up what appears to be flint and tinder, strikes it together in a brilliant flash. The bag is replicated, it seems, though very much real. There are now 6 equal bags on the table.
How did you do that?
Huh. Trade secrets, my friend.
Very well.
Fascinating.
Thank you.
Ekambald takes the bag. Can I count the coins to see if it's actually 50?
It takes you a bit of time. Check the
By
weight
the
of
way,
it.
you can already see.
You look through it, and it appears to be 50 gold. And it's
Alright.
very much a real pouch. Now, I assure you this is going to last you for quite a while.
Yes, that's very well, sir. And I stick my hand out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand as well.
Very well doing business with you, sir. I'll let you know as soon as possible.
It is an agreement, then.
Are the other Leute ready to go?
Right, I suppose so.
Yep.
Oh, you're taking so long. Come on.
I take
I
my
find it-
pouch
Yes.
as well, and
I
Out
guess
with my
so.
boner out.
you like what you see.
You're getting boned. You just entered the bone zone.
Okay.
You collect your pouches, and Dervon produces another of these magical gateways. And he gives you a quick nod and says, I hope you safety upon your journey, but be careful. If trouble arises, you may have to fight.
All right.
Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah.
Choose.
I believe we also
And
have
I'll
the
step through the portal.
scrolls, right?
The scroll TP.
Yeah, teleportation.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Wing.
Yoink.
You take them and you give them
Okay,
to
before
us.
we continue now, do you guys mind like waiting like max 10 minutes, probably like 5 for me to get some food?
Do that, I'll get some
That's
stuff set.
fine.
Alright.
While we're
So
teleporting, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
also going to go and get some food.
Alright.
Okay, guys, I'm going to bed. Good night. See you
I
tomorrow.
guess
Yeah, but yours.
As possible.
Just
So
mute
fucking
yourself.
So,
Fuck you guys.
the sounds of the city fade as you step through the portal. And you arrive. Let's do this. You arrive out in the hills. There is light snowfall here, and the silence is almost overwhelming. No real sense of animals around. Let's do this properly. There are no sense of animals around or anything of that sort. Only the wind blowing around. You get the sense that something's off here. And Edmund, you can feel the general connection to nature has been almost severed. You can still feel it flowing through you, but there's definitely something else going on here. And around you, there's nothing but hills for what seems to be miles. So what would you like to do?
Hmm. Do we know in which direction, like, is north, I mean?
You can get a sense of it. I want
I'm
anyone
a sailor. Can I just
proficient.
like no
Anyone
okay.
proficient in survival can roll me a survival check.
Survival or nature?
I'm
Not.
A survival check.
Then I don't.
I don't have it either.
That's survival or nature, actually.
Oh, there we go.
Oh boy.
You can both get a pretty good sense of where north lies. So you sort of almost instantly point it out to the others. And you know the Grey Mark is to the south.
Oh, so we are above, like.
When we look
Yeah.
south, can we still see, like, the town?
No. You're standing on top of a hill, and you can see for almost miles around, but there appears to be nothing.
So we're like mega north.
Not necessarily, but you're definitely north.
We're here. We got it wrong.
Well, do we have anyone that can read tracks?
Tracks?
Yeah,
Who's
like a
tracks?
hunter.
Not really a tracker.
Can I
Yeah,
try
a
and
tracker,
see if there's any, like, try and track for phase fiends or undead?
Sure, give me a roll.
Oh,
Survival.
this is pretty bad because now it's at 0.
Oh. Oopsie.
You're looking through looking for signs of anything of the sort. When you realize that there are definitely signs of there being undead nearby.
Oh.
Before instantly realizing that you're traveling with a skeleton and someone whose skin is very, very pale.
Are you gonna
Great
have-
I'll
deduction,
just look
Sherlock.
up at and be like, well, there seems to be an undead nearby, but that could just be him.
Which one of the two?
Yeah, right.
The bowler man?
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, which one of the two?
Oh. Both, I guess. I mean,
Tyrion,
I don't know what you are.
can
I've never met you
I-
before.
is there like any roads or like one of those nature-made road by animals nearby?
Yes, there are, in fact.
Can I try with my sailor mind? Because of course a sailor knows very well what animals look like, and especially what tracks they make. Can I just give a shot about seeing if I see some hobgoblin tracks in there?
Give me
I've
a
seen enough.
survival.
With animals.
Give me a
Yeah,
survival check, I suppose. Strangely, there are very few tracks.
Guys, there's
Specifically,
just sand here.
there are absolutely no tracks belonging to animals at all.
Do I notice tracks that don't belong to animals?
Not really.
Hmm.
I'll check in if I see anything then.
Yeah, you can make a nature or survival check for this.
Doesn't really matter. I'll go over nature.
It becomes a bit better. You also notice the absence of animal tracks. In the wilds here, there should be, well, a few at least, but there's nothing. No animals, nothing at all.
Since I'm an alchemist, can I look around to see if there's any plants that's typical of the area and see if something is wrong, right?
Sure, that's a nature check.
Nature? Damn.
Damn.
The plant life seems okay, but again, slightly off. There should be a number of blossoms here, specifically at this time of the year, but there are no signs of them.
There's something odd with the vegetations. Right?
Can I have all of your passive perceptions, please?
Where
13.
is...
10.
Oh,
14.
And from Glühwürmchen, it's he has
13.
advantage on perception checks, but it's wait,
Advantage is a +5.
and he has perception +3 as well.
So it's 13 + 5.
I think so. I don't know what his passive perception is. I can't see it.
It should be it's 10 plus perception score
Oh yeah,
and
no,
then advantage.
it's in census. Yeah, it's 13.
Yeah, so with advantage that means it's that's the +5 to it.
Okay, so then that's 16 + 5. It's 21.
All right. Little thing here, yeah.
And he can't talk with me, but he can do like a little thing, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, this feeling
You're all
feels
kind of
weird.
looking around, feeling confused at the situation, not entirely sure about what you're supposed to do, when Glühwürmchen seems to perk up and stare at a nearby bush.
What is wrong, Glue? Guys, I think there's something there. And I point to the bush where Glue Wormshin is. Like,
I'm gonna take out my sword.
I'm throwing an axe there.
I'm gonna whip
Yeah.
out my
Calm
cape.
down.
Calm
Alright,
down.
make me an attack roll.
Chill out, lady. What if it's a bird?
Yeah. You run up and toss an axe, which goes flying through the air and lands in the bush. And with a quick, you hear something hit. You hear hit something, and then something falls down.
Okay,
Druid,
coming up to
Oh.
pick up the axe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over.
You hear
Is it
something
heavy?
fall down. You look up and you see a fireball coming at you.
I don't care. I'm dumb. I need my axe. Okay.
You walk over there, rummage through the bush, and find, strangely, a dead goblin with an axe buried in its chest.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Well done.
Ew.
It seemed to have no weapons around, but
Oh,
it
it
had a scroll.
Okay, taking out the scroll, just handing it to an old dude. I'm just like, okay, read it out while I'm trying to take out the axe from the chest.
Okay,
It's,
I can try and read it.
it appears to be in Goblin.
Well,
I don't think I speak that. Sorry, DM. I don't speak language, do I?
well,
Right.
Oh,
don't
come on. We
Is
have a lot of
the-
smarties
I
here.
just speak common.
wait, is the goblin dead or
The
like?
goblin is dead.
Because I have spared the dying, I could. Well, no, I can stabilize him. I cannot bring him back.
No, I think we should just bury the
Yeah.
corpse. Honestly, let's
We
just
should
bury
burn
him.
it.
Do you want to touch him? Ew.
What if it's a trap? The man said itself, you know? What was it? Dervan said that it could be traps. Maybe this goblin is a trap now?
No, I don't think so. Like, see, if the other goblins find this one, there's gonna be a lot more trouble.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
I think we
Why
should
don't you
bury
just
him.
put him back in the bush? I don't know if we have time to bury
He's
him.
not gonna
Yes.
step up from the dead.
Yes,
I
I
need
have
to
an
know
idea.
right now who is standing around the goblin.
Me.
Definitely me, because I haven't noticed.
I'm not around it. I'm
I'm-
like trying to read the
I'm
scroll.
on the goblin.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
I'm inside of the
So
You know,
Takea
like
and
step
Edmund,
on him and like taking the axe.
Takea and Edmund, I need both of you to roll me acrobatics checks.
Initiative.
Fuck. Got a limp.
Oh my god, you fucking papagas.
You take
I'm
10
athletic,
damage.
not acrobatic, okay?
The goblin's eyes shoot open, and you can see the eyes turn pitch black as it stares at you. Both of you. The arms shoot up and grab a hold of you, as both of you need to roll me dex saves with disadvantage.
Damn.
Right, fucking cunt goblins.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
And this thing, the goblin just starts what looks to be like talking, but it almost sounds backwards. And it seems to almost hurt your ears as the goblin starts ballooning up until eventually you hear just like this like meaty sound of something cracking and rupturing, just splitting, and the goblin
Guys, run away.
explodes in a cloud of this dark mist. And both of you take
30 points of damage.
End of the campaign.
Like instantly dead.
7 points of necrotic damage.
There was a total of 12.
Actually, Edmund, you take 7 points. Okay, you take half of that.
Fuck.
So that's 7, 3 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What
This thing
happened?
just explodes all over you. This mist just like almost burns at your skin.
What the crap was that?
Was he still alive?
Alright. No, fuck, the goblin's fucking dead.
What the
Hey, what happened over there?
Well, we don't need to bury the body now.
No, yeah, no fucking shit.
What happens to it? Yeah.
It exploded.
Exploded.
Yes.
Black mucus.
Can I
Like a balloon.
inspect the black
Yeah,
mucus?
can I do that too? Since my past.
Yeah, give me Arcana checks from both of you.
Arcana, bam. Yeah, that's a bad roll.
Oh my god! I have 2 6s in a row. The first ones I roll.
You're very uncertain about what this possibly could be, and as you kind of look it over, not really willing to touch it, it just sort of turns the red and black, the bloody and black remains of this goblin, along with its skeleton, sort of crumble, turn to dust, and spread with the wind.
Want a body?
But is the goo still on the ground? It's like gooey.
The goo just disappears.
Oh.
Considering it was on me, could I also roll an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Oh, yeet, that was with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's still an 8.
I don't know what it is. I'm gonna take the time to cast Cure Wounds on myself, please.
All right.
I'm dying. I'm at 2 health.
Oh, it's fine.
Well, you're not really dying.
Not really, no. Just dying twice.
So, this whole thing, the only thing you can really discern, which you don't really need a check for, is that this thing is not natural for a goblin to do, exploding like this, especially in some sort of weird black mist.
It's not natural to any living being, dude. Ugh.
Actually,
You
there's some
Disgusting.
mushrooms that do this.
Well, what about this scroll that you found? Can you read it?
Well, my goblin is not so good, no. I cannot read it. I'm sorry.
Anyone else here can?
Karen, I just realized I forgot to pick 3 languages.
You can.
These are my languages. Language 3.
I'm gonna say that anyone can attempt to decipher it.
Sure, I'll give a shot.
I'll do it too, I guess.
Anyone who knows, anyone who like the script it's written in seems to be derived from Common,
Mm-hmm.
so you can
Okay.
attempt to decipher it.
Can
What do I
I
need to
try
roll?
to?
That's an intelligence check from someone.
I could take it since my intelligence is.
My intelligence is a 3.
Because my
17.
intelligence is fucking 5.
Hold on, let's
Mine
do
is
this.
0. Fuck off.
Let the Skelly boy do it then.
Prepare
Jack's
for a
going.
1 inbound.
Oh.
Yeah. It takes you a little bit of time, but it sort of makes sense. From what you can discern from it, it appears to detail the location of a camp, as well as some orders to check for intruders and report back.
I can't really make out very good, but I think it's talking about a camp and some kind of order. Yeah, it's talking about orders. Someone was spying or checking out the area.
Do you know where the camp is?
I guess I can. Yeah, I guess I can bring you to it.
We're gonna have a problem though. Their scouts not coming back. That means
That's
it's, even they know it's probably dead.
What if we dress Kluwormson in the cape of the goblin, yeah? He will fly and it acts like goblin, nine?
Well,
actually,
someone here threw diplomacy at the window.
Our only mission was to get any information. So
yeah.
a paper and that's a fucking goo. It's enough. We can go back.
No, it's not. You don't know anything about these goblins.
There
Dude,
might
you
not be.
almost died right now. You really want to continue that?
Yeah.
This is not a hobgoblin though. This is a normal one.
Well, goblins serve hobgoblins.
Well, I don't know that.
I'm just gonna throw in that I can use disguise self, but I don't know if I want to.
Well,
can you speak goblin?
That's the point. I don't speak goblin.
Yeah, that would be a problem then.
Yeah.
Well, you can read it, so why not speak it, yeah?
My goblin is very bad. Like I made it out just by knowledge, but I don't really speak goblin.
They only listen to the hobgoblins anyway.
And
we
I
don't
think
need to
it's
speak it. What if we just go to their camp and just take a look and then go back?
Yeah, right. That's gonna work.
Yeah, well, you
Victory.
can sneak up on the camp, Nine. We don't have to go in.
And what if they do spot us?
Then we run.
Then we have that scroll to get us out, don't we?
Right.
Wait, Archibald, does your dragon speak Draconic by any chance?
I don't think so, Nine. Understands common and draconic, but cannot speak.
Ah, that's unlucky. Otherwise, we could have disguised him and having take a look of the camp. And if something bad happened, it could just fly away.
Well, you can make your little pet over here fly over the camp in the worst case.
Gulduwamschen is not my pet, danke. It's a present from Josephine, my wife, and glue is very special to me. So it's not kind of a hawk for your little games.
It's not a game. It's just supposed to fly over the camp.
And then they shoot it.
No.
You know how rare these creatures are?
Yeah, I do.
Then why you want to kill him, yeah? Nein,
Sure.
Gluwamschen is not gonna fly over.
Fine. Do as you want.
But this is my swamp.
But I think we at least should check out the camp before we
I
head back.
agree.
Yeah,
And let's
maybe.
not kill anyone this time. All right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. No. Listen.
Okay,
could-
I'm
maybe
just
could have
starting to go in
negotiated with
any
these people.
direction. I don't know, random one. Just go away from that dude.
Fine.
Now, children, behave. Let's not do that. Um, Nisk,
Huh?
Nisk, where is this direction of the camp?
Yes, I can bring you there.
You know, my people back in the day had camps. They were very.
Okay.
What was that?
Wow.
Don't worry.
He was just daydreaming. Don't worry.
So yeah, I guess I will guide them towards the camp while trying to be, sneaky and not just going around running, being in
Yeah,
plain
let's
sight.
try and take a stealthy approach.
Yeah, let's follow. If there's some woods, we follow the woods and take, as much information as we can without being spotted. That's will be the ideal scenario.
Yeah. There's not really a lot of vegetation here, a few bushes here and there, but the trail you see seems to lead you in the right direction. And traveling down it, at a certain point, you notice first what appears to be an overturned wagon.
This is a big
And
wagon.
it's not necessarily a very large wagon.
Because
And-
I'm a trader. Sorry. Because I'm a trader, can I see if it's like a merchant wagon or just a pedestrian wagon?
It appears to be. You can't really see what it was carrying since the back of it is, like the bottom of it, is turned to you.
Yeah.
But you see beside it stands a hobgoblin, looking a bit confounded, sort of scratching his head at this. Do this.
Hmm.
And I'd like you to pull out your characters who are around here somewhere.
Siren, I
Boy,
might need help
I forgot it.
to pull up
Alright.
my character.
There we go. Oh wait, I'm a square.
Yes, I don't believe you have we haven't set up the tokens yet, but that's fine.
Oh, if we haven't set up tokens, I'll just use my picture.
I'll quickly make one, I guess.
And there. Oh,
Also,
it all looks like we're really
also
short.
correct me if I'm wrong. Like this area here is.
Theo is like a fucking dwarf.
and you can set up your like walking order as well.
I guess it'll be in front.
Okay,
Sure.
I'll be in front right here, walking.
Yeah, but is this like an area that it's elevated? This, this part
Yeah,
here. Do you see
this
my
part.
arrow? Yeah, that one. Is it like above the cart in terms of
So is it
elevation?
elevated?
Hang on, I'm just going to set up a quick thing here.
I'll
The Invis boys.
Sharon, I'll send you the token
Yeah, I'm just gonna set up some.
Oh, I remember
Jeez,
how to
why
do
are you
it.
standing right in the center?
You know, I find this absolutely unplayable. Tyrion described the card with the with the bottom facing to us, but it's facing to him, Tyrion.
Oh yeah.
Explain.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn. You are
Explain.
correct.
Fix
Literally,
it.
I'm gonna quit the campaign. I'm sorry, it's can't unplayable.
It's so inaccurate.
Well, in that case, I'll explain to you what's. You can see what appears to be like
A lot of arrows.
supplies along with weapons and the likes in the cart.
All right. Supplies.
Weird scraps of metal as well.
I'm
Okay, what's the
gonna-
walking order?
I'm in front and just moved. So
I'll go second, but I wanna like signal quietly with my finger over my lips, and then just like be quiet, I guess. I don't want to talk, but I wanted to say watch out for traps. But maybe I'll say it super
You'll
quietly,
be like
like a whisper.
like
Watch out.
watch out, there can be traps.
it's rabbit season.
Okay,
Just saying that.
what's our walking order? Then it's Mattia up front, then I would like to be like in the back.
My bad. Ignore that.
I'll go second.
Okay, then move yourself second there, or do you want to just go next to
There.
Yulia, do you want to make it a V?
Let's make it a B, or maybe two
And
by
then-
two, and then yeah.
Yeah, Serena, if you go in the middle there.
Oh,
because
whoa,
your
whoa, whoa there.
heels-
Ooh.
V, this is like army formation.
It's an arrow formation. Okay?
5 people.
It's like,
Army,
you want to
dude.
make it a V? We go with like the army
Hey,
plane.
listen. If you
And-
put
I just
someone
wanna-
else there and someone else
I just
there.
want to point out that currently, stop, stop. Currently, Takea has damage and is 12 HP at this point.
Oh, can I
And
check
everyone
the,
has
can I check the status?
everyone currently has 12 HP except for one who has got 8 out of 9.
I wonder who that is.
How many health point does the KR has?
15 total,
12.
but 12 right now.
I mean,
Okay, guys, do we want any preparation? Because we
w-
see a. I'm gonna use the thing for properly. There's a hill here.
yeah, is that elevated? Like the entire area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'd
so
say
that's a
we
good.
just go
yeah,
up there and
If we
just.
go up here, it's great because then,
You can see the hobgoblin clearly notices you as well.
Oh.
Oh,
how does he
kind of
look though? Is he
takes-
like? Is he
He's
just
clad,
like?
he's clad in a little bit of armor. He seems to have a sword at his side, but he's looking confounded. And as soon as he notices you, he kind of waves you over. I'm gonna check this out because I do believe you have. Yeah, you got an armor defense. It's,
can I
10 plus your
swap my sword to a? Actually, never mind.
15.
Can I like? Does he look like trustworthy? Like he's just like beckoning us over. But
I wanna roll insight.
Does he look trustworthy?
Good.
Yeah, no, but
give me an insight check.
Oh, okay. Well, me or.
Let's see if this old man knows
Yeah.
what's up. Oh my God, he seems.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
see right through his eyes. Bring it on,
Uh,
bitch.
Honestly, he just seems to be a bit confused and confounded, and he seems like he just needs help.
Okay, but
Huh?
he is like armored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just not like he was the merchant that was there.
It seems, with given what's in the cart, it seems like he might have been the one who was like making sure
Okay.
it traveled along.
Then let's walk
Wait,
forward.
so he might have been the merchant?
Maybe we don't know.
It doesn't look like a merchant's wagon.
Okay.
More like a supply cart.
Supplies. Okay,
Huh?
well let's move forward then.
Yeah, we hold formation and move forward. If Tyrion can be so kindly to move the entire formation,
You should have access to your tokens. You should be able to control them.
but not at all of them. Oh, okay, well.
Here,
No.
if
I
you
wanted
know
to
where
hold
am.
formation and.
Yeah, well, we do, but just put yourself at the right spot.
Done.
Sure,
What?
we'll do it like this. Sure.
Like, that actually looks pretty good.
Now it's W, okay?
This is the proper
It's
formation for
the
kill.
Wirian formation.
As soon as you walk up, the hobgoblin speaks up in a little bit of broken common and he says, I seem to have lost bearings on my cart. Could you assist me? in writing it up, making sure that everything goes smoothly.
Can I roll an insight?
Another one.
Yes, you can.
Are you
It's
traumatized?
entirely
Join
fine.
in on this one. I want to pull a doubt on this one.
Can like can Glue should like fly up a little bit to check behind this rock and this tree to see if there's anyone there?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna. First of all, his eyes are shifting strangely towards a few pieces of like rocks and vegetations and the likes. And Blue Wormson kind of flies up and silently gives you a report, just kind of overlaying the area.
Yeah, I can just feel what he's feeling basically.
Kind of brings your attention around.
Okay, so I noticed that I noticed through glue that that boy is there probably.
Yeah. And the
Can I
hobgoblin just says, "You can come a bit closer and please help me write this card up."
Can I like lean over to Theo and just be like, "Sir, don't look to your right, but there's someone behind that rock."
Give me a stealth check
Alright.
as you're trying to whisper this.
Sure.
Bruh.
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 Uh-huh.
It seems it doesn't really notice. And the hobgoblin continues with, "You all seem like pretty strong workers."
Right.
What was perception for?
Huh?
It was if he's trustworthy. But
No.
sir, what kind of goods are you having right there? I'm a merchant myself. Maybe we can help. They can help with the lifting and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you offer it. I'm just taking some supplies back to camp. We're providing extra security around the area.
What camp?
Oh, it's just a little outpost. I'll take you there as well if you wish. We'll have some hot meals.
But sir, Entschuldigung. But I see the cart. Yeah. But where's the horse?
The horse.
Yes,
Well,
it's pulling the cart. Yeah.
I was getting some help carrying it, but it seems the help has run off.
How peculiar.
Let's
How
just
did
help
it get
him.
tipped over in the first place?
Oh, I seem to have hit a rock or something of the sort.
Guys, let's not keep questioning this man. Let's just help him a little bit, alright? Handshake on it.
Can I see if he's telling lies?
Can I like lean over to Theo
Yes.
and try and whisper again? Theo, the guy behind the rock is still there, so I'm gonna move to the man in front of us at the cart, yeah? When I do that, you get the goblin behind, okay? Just nod
Okay,
your
I'm
head.
gonna nod like a tiny bit.
Alright,
And give me a stealth check on that as well.
sure.
Do I need to do
Okay.
it?
Ooh.
Okay, you wanted an insight check then.
Okay, I will
See if
try.
he's trustworthy.
Okay, I'm dumb.
I
Seems
also
like it.
tried an insight check earlier. Is that
Yeah.
I
That
will,
was a 20. Yeah,
I
you
will,
noticed that he was shifting his eyes strangely
Yeah.
towards behind some
Right.
rocks.
okay. What I will do is I will grab, how do you pronounce the name of Yulia's character? It's Takaya?
Ikea.
Takia.
Takaya,
Takea.
sorry, Takaya.
Takea.
Okay, Takaya, and I'll grab her arm and like nudge her towards the cart. Help me lift this thing, yeah? And can I put her where my character is right now? Do you allow me to do that, Takaya?
What do
Like
you need from me?
close to him.
As soon as you
Well,
start approaching, you notice that the hobgoblin, from his arms at his side, uh, brings up his hand and rests it on his sword.
At this time, can Theo go on that dude behind the rock? If you want to do that.
Yeah, I already had my sword out, so I will move towards her, I guess.
Oh, Oh no.
As soon as you do so, you notice the goblin squatting behind there with a bow in his hand. And the hobgoblin says, "All right, it seems that it's not going to be as easy."
Zakia, now!
And he shouts out something in Goblin, and I want you all to roll for initiative.
Alright. Remember to
Alright.
click on your token before you do.
It's
Oh
like
boy,
we've been
yeah.
playing this for you.
What is
Oh
Sure.
boy!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm still putting on my boots.
man.
Hold on.
Whoa,
My
this,
combat
this is
boots.
going so. Everyone's
It's-
initiative thing is actually pretty high.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like zero.
Says you?
No. I mean like the modifier.
yeah. I like that mech, like RP wise, has a high initiative because the dude's just like, I'm gonna shoot these people with my bow, and it's oh
I'm
shit.
gonna shoot them.
And then Theo just like.
Can I
yeet.
take my arm off, please?
Both your arms.
No, one.
Steadily.
Hello there, mate. I'm coming to
Thank you.
kill you.
I like how, as a barbarian, I have one of the lowest initiatives. Or
It's-
the
it's-
lowest.
At
People
least
are fighting
roll
here.
high.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, you have
why am I here?
0.01 lower than Mattia.
I'm just literally changing my clothes. Hold on.
Accidentally sort of clicked out of the game. Right back with you.
Let's all take advantage and ride on the map.
It seems my the music isn't really working for me.
Oh, I hear like
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
I removed it.
So it is working. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
It's
removed
not
it
working for me, I
after
think.
the copyright strike.
Yeah, no, I got some help with setting up the audio, but it's fine. If those who hear it, it's nice battle music at least.
Yuki doesn't?
Yeah,
I don't.
Okay.
I heard.
And those who can't hear it, it's fine.
Those who
Yeah.
can't, tough
It's
shit.
just like the normal battle
By the way,
music.
I'm gonna die.
Well, Glooworm was still flying up there. Did he spot any other?
Yeah,
Boys.
below there's.
Not around.
Okay, no.
All right. Also, not that one below the tree that we can see there.
Yeah, he spotted that one.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, my mistake, dude.
I mean, yeah, I've like revealed those that you can see.
Yeah. Okay. Do we know if can we
Oh,
see
here.
the boy now as well? The one in the south.
Yeah, you've seen him.
What does he have?
A bow as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 2 bows and a hobgoblin.
Fucking ambush.
Do I have line of sight with the guy behind the rock?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this to load properly. We'll get to that. He's
In
got
the
a bit of
next
cover.
campaign.
Just gonna roll some initiative here. Because I accidentally clicked out, it's loading, which that's fun.
It's okay. Me and the boys want to kill some goblins.
Oh, it's slow.
It's
You sure? That's
take your time, buddy.
It's okay.
It's a slow.
Dude, I fucking missed you guys in D&D. Be a little bit happier. Come on, it's fun. It's nice. We're all gonna die.
This is
don't
why
say
you
that.
shake hands with people.
Well, I did shake hands.
No, you didn't.
I did with the previous hobgoblin.
Theo, you
Shaking.
instantly notice that something's off, and you go first.
Okay, take down my pants and whip my dick out.
Boner out.
I'm
gonna
gonna
Oh,
worship
Sword in
sin.
hand.
Sorry. I'm just gonna hit the goblin with the sword.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's see that roll.
That's a good roll.
Thanks. That's good.
I think that hits.
That does hit. You run up and instantly just shove your sword through the neck of the goblin, and it dies.
Damn.
Pretty much right away.
I'm gonna jump back as fast as I can to like here because I don't want it to explode on
Yeah.
me. And then
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm gonna say your little friend's dead, mate, to the hobgoblin.
And
Your
the
little
hobgoblin just
friends.
kind of looks at you, having now drawn his sword, focusing more on Takea, but hearing your words, it's just sort of it shouts at something the goblin and kind of bold.
Okay, this one behind the tree, would you count that as like half cover for him?
It is a bush. It's got half cover. It's crouching down.
All right, but I'm a sharpshooter, so I'm gonna show these people what that does because I ignore that. I'm gonna shoot with my pistol at the boy with the bow. I'm just how unfortunate, sir. Excuse me.
That is, in fact, a hit as you expertly pull out your pistol and fire off a shot, which goes whirring through the bush and striking the goblin straight through the head. As it as well dies instantly.
Nice.
Christ.
Very well.
Nisk,
Yep. I just yell out, "Watch out, Takara!" And I throw, I pull out a flask out of my
You
tunic
clicked
and
on
throw.
spare the dying, by the way.
Oh fuck, that's not the one. Yeah, I throw a spear to dying.
Wow.
I pull out a flask from my tunic and just throw it at the guy wearing armor.
yeah. You toss this flask out, and
Let's
it
roll.
needs to make a
1d6.
Dexterity.
Or
Oops,
that's the
miss.
damage if it fails.
yeah. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw. What's the save on that one?
My spell casting.
I think he made it though.
Yeah.
The
It's
flask
have-
goes
yeah.
flying out, and the hobgoblin just quickly steps to the side as the flask shatters on the ground, sending a splash of acid, which starts bubbling on the ground, though harmless to both the goblin and Takea.
Nice aim, Bonner man.
Wow.
Boner man. Just take his
Takea.
entire hand.
So. What can I do? I'm gonna do an
Punch.
attack.
Oh,
Literally hit him. Oh my god.
holy shit!
Be right back.
Wow, yeah. As soon as you kind of like step away from the flask as well, and in doing so, you ready up the swing and fling it around. The hobgoblin just looks at you and says, "Get ready for pain!" As you bring it down on top of his head, and you hear a loud as the hobgoblin just stops moving,
Oh no. Is he unconscious though or dead?
dead, head
Alex?
splashed.
Alex, sorry, Alex. Yulia, you smashed his head.
Hell yeah. That's my job.
From behind a bush, you see a goblin running out. Just gonna do this. It runs out, takes a shot at Theo, the short bow, which I believe is a hit
Yes.
for 3 points of piercing damage.
Oh no!
And then you hear it yelling out something as it takes a step back.
Oh.
This
By the way-
goblin behind the rock, you see it again balloons up and explodes, though safe and distance from everything else. The same happens with this goblin over here.
Mhm.
Edmund, it's your turn.
Well, am I in range? Oh, okay.
By the
quickly
way,
check.
guys, just so you guys know, I have a max range of 240 with my pistol, so
I'm gonna walk a little closer and throw a little fire at him. Just a small little flame.
Fucking fireball.
All right.
Level 9.
Right, you sneaky little cunt! Fucking eat flames!
Your hand produces a small ball of fire just hovering over your hand. As you throw it out, it goes curving and strikes the goblin at the side of the head. As it as well falls down dead.
Burn in hell.
The hobgoblin.
It's just a little joke for Serena.
Fuck.
The hobgoblin now begins ballooning up as well, and I need Takea to name me a dexterity saving throw.
Do it, Takea.
Saving throw, saving throw.
Turn.
Ooh.
Nice.
You
Hmm.
dodge out of the way,
Oh, sorry.
only taking 5 points of necrotic damage as the hobgoblin explodes out.
Mm.
How low are you? I can't see all the others' health bars, by the way. Was that normal or not?
You need to double click on your. Wait, double click?
Yeah, I haven't let you see the others' health bars yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
I can
that's
only
fine.
see my own. So
Can you
Yeah,
see mine?
we'll
No?
fix that later. Don't worry about
All
it.
right, all right. Now, just made sure if that was just a thing that I thought that would happen.
Oh.
Mm.
Silence falls over everything. As again, the eerie silence of the hills ring at your ears. The edge is like this quick battle, what appeared to have started as an ambush, just sort of quiets down. Everything around you dead.
So you still want to go to the camp? Maybe we should go back.
No.
can
Well,
I look to see what weapons are in the car?
I wanna.
Actually, same since I have no weapon.
yeah,
Do
I
that.
would like to scavenge it to see if it has any ammo for pistols or palm pistols.
Okay, so give me investigation checks in the cart. Those who want to search it.
Damn. Oh shit.
Oh my
Mecha's
god, my
high.
rolls have been so bad.
They're
You
gonna be
find
good later.
you find a number of swords, clearly very well made. A few pieces of ammunition, made for short bows, thing, and a small packet of bullets as well. There are about 5 of them, as well as a number of very large, almost spear-like arrows, likely made for ballistas.
Just supplying.
Are there any like crossbows?
No crossbows, it seems, but
Damn.
there are large scraps of metal that you're uncertain about. They seem oddly dark, and there's a strange cold energy around them.
Can I take one?
I'm
Okay.
gonna stand really far back
Well, how big
when
are
he
they?
takes one.
Can I
Um,
just like first look at it like and like touch it like with my finger, just like a little tap to see if it's like
Yeah.
cold or something?
It is cold to the touch as you tap it.
All right. I will just leave that be. Thank you very much.
I wanna try something.
How big is it?
It's about a like it looks like it was made as for like the outside of a hull. Maybe something you'd find in a ship, but it is entirely cold to the touch, and it doesn't seem to belong almost.
It feels otherworldly.
Yeah.
Guys, this is not good.
I want to test one thing real quick. I'm gonna cast detect poison and disease.
The now decaying remains of the hobgoblin and the goblins seem to give off this faint, like deceased aura.
Do we need to wear surgical masks to avoid getting this virus?
Nah, I'm fine.
Turn.
Yeah.
You saying we're in China?
Can I tell what kind of disease it is in that case?
You can. It appears to be. It's nothing you've come across before. It's almost otherworldly. Aberrant in nature.
Okay.
So what you gonna say, skinny dude?
What
I-
is this sickness?
I'm not really sure. Never encountered it. But it's probably a reason why there's no animals around the place.
Kieran, have I ever seen anything like that?
Give me a history check with advantage.
History advantage. Gonna be good. Wait, history. Bam.
You recall in the deep reaches of your mind when searching through old pieces of lore, this event that happened millennia ago of a strange meteor made of black metal crashing down somewhere in Lucia. And the inhabitants around it suddenly growing strange, not like themselves. And it seems that this black metal strangely resembles the pieces you find in the cart. And that this disease, the goblins not really acting like themselves, seems to hold true to it as well. Like their minds were altered.
Because of the metal?
You think it might have something to do with it.
Right. Actually, Tyrion, do I recognize this metal as well?
Give me a history check.
Yeah, because certain things in my backstory are.
Yeah.
Are you telling this to us as well, by the way, Mattia?
Well, yes, of course. I tell you to maybe stay away a bit from it. Take
I
some
will.
distance.
Can I walk up to Edmund?
Can I walk up to it and hug it?
Edmund, I have touched the metal. Do you mind telling me what plant is very good for cleaning?
I recommend scrubbing your hands on the floor.
Rubbing your hand in your ass.
Yeah.
Alright, so just on the floors, okay? My wife says never to rub on floor.
No, just grab some dirt. Put your fingers in it real good.
Can I throw an insight on that if that's actually like, if she's not just taking the piss out of me?
Sure, give me an insight check.
Do I have to roll something for that?
If you're telling the truth, persuasion. If you're lying, then deception.
Are you telling it?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that this is not gonna really work, but it's more of like a cure of comfort.
Alright, Nisk, do you know if there is any like cleaning regiment I should do?
Well, not if you want to dip your hand in acid.
Alright, I'll just rub on the floor, yeah, Edmund? And I'll just like thoroughly rub my hands on the floor till like there's dirt under my nails and shit. I'm just like, I'm just making it very clean, you know? I'm just making sure.
Real good.
If you really want to get rid of those, I can cut them.
No, that's fine. Danke.
Do the weapons look like they're made from the same thing?
No, they're regular steel.
I think on.
Do they give off like the energy as well, or do they just feel like regular?
They just feel like regular steel.
I'm gonna.
So, Edmund, you can't quite recall, but it seems similar. You don't know from where or from what, but the only thing you can really sense is that this is not a good thing. This does not belong.
All right, I'm confiscating this one.
Are you gonna touch
Hey,
it?
hey, hey.
I'm just gonna wrap it in some cloth. I've got plenty on me.
Wait, what are you confiscating?
The metal.
The weird metal.
Is it big or small?
Yeah, like is it like just like a bar or
Ingots, maybe?
It's like a large scrap piece.
Oh. Maybe we can
try
break
to
a
take
piece
it
off.
with me if I can.
I don't think you should.
Erkenbold, you see, like, it resembles something you'd put on the outside of a ship.
Okay.
Like a piece of hull.
The metal.
Yeah.
Can we look for a small piece and bring it back to the, our
Alright.
friends?
I will tell that to you guys. Guys, this reminds me of a hull of a ship.
How for a ship?
What kind of ship would be in a cart?
I think they're prepared for something, because do you see those big arrows? These are meant for ballistas or high, siege weapons. I'm afraid they're preparing for some kind of war.
I think
Well-
this is enough information, yeah? Don't we go back to
I-
the
No, no, no,
cell?
no, no. We're taking this one with us. I don't want anyone else having this thing.
Oh no, you can take the metal, that's fine.
Are you sure we should be taking the metal? Because whatever disease these people had, maybe it was just caused from being around the metal.
Well,
Well,
then
I'm
just
immune
ship
to disease anyway. I'm fucking dead.
Well,
Hmm.
you see, Theo, they are bringing it in the camp, nine. So they can't be sick from it if it bringing it in the camp.
well, I don't even know if they're alive at this
But-
point. Have you seen how they exploded?
If it's radiating an aura, if you stand next to it, maybe if you do it for long enough, you'll get it too.
It's
As
fine.
long as Edmonds hold it in the
Oh.
cloth, I vote for taking it with us. Yeah.
How
I'm
about
not touching it with my bare skin anyway. Got bandages on.
how about we take a small piece and hide the rest, and report back to our.
You're gonna
friend.
take a small piece of metal just by sheer force of breaking
Well,
it,
it's made of it's a piece of scrap metal. Maybe there's a small piece.
yeah? Can we see if we can break it off a
Uh,
bit?
Maybe
I'm not gonna
there's
do it, by the
right
way. Like,
Either
not gonna be the
me
one.
and the druid will.
who's gonna try doing this?
I guess I will.
I will
I
stand
will
back.
too.
Guys,
Both of us
Tyron
are
was
dead.
like, guys,
Fine.
let's be more smart when we play this campaign, okay?
We are.
I'm gonna break this creepy metal.
Just bend it a little bit. It's fine.
So as soon as you walk up to touch it, intent on breaking it off, you put your hand on the metal, and it's almost like it molds to your will. And as you go to break off a piece of it, it does so easily, though the entire piece seems rigid. And as you do so, the scrap piece falls to the ground, and where it touches the dirt, you can see the dirt turning black, inky almost.
It's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
I don't
That
like
does
the
not
way
look
this
good.
is going.
It's
Doesn't look good.
fine.
I think that's normal.
I'm taking it anyway.
The
Well,
piece you broke off is oddly light. It's like you're working. It's like you're just holding a piece of like a feather.
This would make for good armor.
Guys?
besides
I don't think so.
dying and everything, but
I hate to break it to you, but I think this cart is not meant for good use. So we should maybe dispose of the cart, nine?
how are you gonna do that? Well,
As I whip out my tinder box.
No. Leave the tinderbox alone. I can just do it on my own, as I just throw it like a fireball at it.
Oh no, I wanted
uh,
to time
I'm
it.
gonna take
No.
I'm gonna take a weapon before he
I'm
does that.
gonna walk further back.
Yeah. The flame reaches the cart, and almost instantly the cart is set alight. The fire spreading to throughout all of the wooden pieces there, but the metal and anything around the metal seems untouched by the fire.
Hmm.
Sweet.
Okay, let's just get the fuck out of here. Guys, I think we have enough to report. That's 50 gold. That's for me. I'm going now. Theo, are you joining me?
Yeah, I don't think there's much else we can do.
Just a little bit.
Fascinating.
Just a night.
Okay, Theo and I will just walk off now.
By the way, I'm standing as far away from whoever's carrying it as I can.
Oh, that's me.
Wait,
probably.
so we
you
are carrying it, right?
Away from the undead people because
Hey, that's racist.
I'm a human. I don't want to die.
Same.
Tio, as you actually, I want to say,
Roll me
the metal
initiative.
seems oddly comforting to you.
Huh.
Like,
That
you
changes
feel
things.
comfort around it.
Oh, okay. Can I see it?
I'm gonna like carefully take it out and just put it like in my hand, but not let Tio take it.
Okay, I'm still standing like this far away from you. Okay. Well,
There's
I'm
a card
looking
on
at
fire,
it.
by the way. You should.
There's definitely something off to it about it.
Okay,
And the
fine.
same feeling is like to all of you, but where the others feel like it's completely unnatural and they just want to get away from it, you feel like
Attracted.
You want it in your butt.
you feel like it's not that bad.
Okay. Well, Maybe we can take it back.
All right,
It'll
but
be
guys,
fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It
I
seems
don't want to
fine.
warn all of you, but the cart is on fire right now, and there's fire, there's smoke. We need to go now. As I like wave with the scroll of the teleporting thing.
Can I?
Yeah.
Those of you who are close to the cart that's within like 15 feet of it, I want you all to make me perception checks.
Bruh.
Option.
Perception, perception.
22. Hell yeah.
Perception.
Wait, am I in range?
You are.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So you notice the burning cart, but Edmund, the piece of metal, though not touched by fire, starts melting, it seems, seeping into the ground and then vanishing completely.
Oh crap.
The
All
darkness of the ground disappearing as it melts deeper into the earth.
I think we should go. Like now.
Yeah.
I think we've done enough here. Let's go back.
Can
Yep.
I do a weather forecast for the next 24 hours?
Let's hope it doesn't rain.
Welcome
I
everybody.
mean, I can, but I want to know
Yeah.
anyway.
It seems like the weather is going to be clear, a little bit snowy.
Yeah, we should probably leave.
I agree.
All right. With the thing with the scroll, can I just look at it and see how it works? Because we took the teleporting scroll and you said it should be easy. But like, what do I need to do? Can I read it?
It appears to be a simple spell scroll, though made simpler. Normally, a spell scroll would require you to be able to cast some sort of magic for you to use it, but it seems simplified. And so
Okay.
there's no real problem with you pronouncing the words correctly and being able to open the gateway.
All right. Is everybody ready? I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
well,
Go
let's get
ahead.
let's
Okay,
get
then.
out of.
I'll make it right here.
You produce a gateway, and you can all travel through it. As we do so, I'm going to take a quick toilet break.
Okay.
I've had a lot of coffee.
Wow.
Same.
I'm probably just gonna get something to drink then. Bye.
Oh, I just realized that I got food and I didn't even eat it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They never listen.
So, you arrive back, and you instantly notice that the sounds around you grow louder. As you arrive back in the clock tower. Sitting around, apparently looking at some papers and meanwhile grabbing some tools and doing some minor maintenance on the clockwork around, the hobgoblin notices your arrival and welcomes you with a greeting. How did the mission go then?
Well, it looks like we have a problem.
No
We
problem.
killed 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
many
Besides
people?
that,
Anyway,
I
like
think it's
goblins?
5 actually. Forgot about the scout. Yeah,
Oh,
about
yeah,
the scout.
5.
They're
No, that's
patrolling the
4 in
area.
total.
Though it was out of self-defense.
And they're disgusting.
I just want to have a side note. Self-defense. He was in a bush and we just threw an axe in his head.
No, he was with the attacker.
Is this in character or out of character?
No, that was out of character.
Okay,
That was
good.
like-
Thank you.
We saw a cart with supplies like ballista bolts and weapons going to the cart, to the camp. But they tried to lure us into a trap, but we killed them. And
Wow.
we have a special metal with us that they had.
This is all a lot of information. I'm very pleased with you.
Oh, right. They also exploded into like black sticky goo. It was some kind of disease.
Gee.
And look at all my
The
clothes,
pleased
dude. I need
expression.
to buy a new one.
The pleased expression on his face shifts into something more disturbed looking. He, you said they did what?
Right, they when they died, right, their eyes turned pitch black. They would swell up and explode. Like the bed kind of exploding. They were infected with some kind of disease. Never encountered it before.
That's troubling news indeed. You said there was a metal.
Yes. Edmund has it.
It's kind of strange. You just bend it right off. It seems to be very moldable, and it kind of melts in contact with fire. Just kind of disappears. Here it is. I'll say as I take out a little bit from where I stored it and just drop it on the counter.
Sure. Do you happen to
For
know
how light
anything?
it is, for how light it is, it drops down with a heavy.
Don't worry about that. It's light as a feather.
Oh yes, I
Uh,
have done some research into this before, and if this is true, then this is worse than I expected it to be. What do you know of this metal?
well, I wanted to ask you the same. You know, I've read about it long, a long time ago, and to me it seems to be like some kind of meteorite. I don't know if you knew something about it. I wanted to know more.
In the ages past, something fell from the sky, classified as a meteor, but I believe there was something more to it.
Any more?
Ever since it has fallen, strange things, alien things, have appeared, ranging from diseases, unexplainable ones, such as this, minds altered, to a race of people who apparently can change their appearance at will.
Changelings?
That is what they're mostly known as. I'm not one to distrust people, but something about that makes me uneasy.
So these races, they came with the meteor, like they rode it as a ship.
As far as I know, and as far as the texts have explained it, that is what happened.
So was it even a meteor?
That is what I don't know for sure.
Maybe it's a kind of vessel, yeah?
Maybe that's where the metal came from. You said it looked like the
Yeah, it looked
hull
like
of
a
a
ship.
ship.
Yeah, maybe that was a vessel.
Oops, sorry again.
Very likely could have been. Apparently, the meteor appeared out of nowhere on a clear day.
How long ago was this?
Approximately 1,000 years ago.
Huh.
And if my kin now are retrieving pieces of it, it's not a good thing at all. I do not know what this means, but it cannot be good.
We
Hey,
also
maybe.
burned the cart.
Yeah, we kind of did, but maybe if I take enough pieces of it back home, they'll explode on their own.
I don't know if it was a smart idea to burn it, but would have deprived them of weapons and the like, so that would have been a good thing.
All right, there was a tiny bit of metal in that card, and it just kind of melted into the ground. I don't know what I did, but it's not
Yeah.
very. You can burn it.
It disappeared into the ground.
It's like ice.
It melted.
I mean, I can show you, but we only have a small sample.
No, I think it's best to leave it. Though, I need something to contain it in. And he kind of starts searching around until he finally produces this small lead box, which he opens and motions for you to put the metal in.
Well,
This should contain it.
Are you sure about it?
Lead tends to stop magical effects, and as far as I'm concerned, this is magical in nature.
Well, we trust
I
you
have
then.
I have a question for you. So,
Which is,
what are you going to do now with all this information?
I'm going to do research, trying to figure out a way to stop this.
Mm,
And I have recruited you for the same reason.
So, I have a question, right? Can you contact me if you find out anything more about this?
I could do that.
All right. See, I have researched something else similar to this in the past, but it's been stolen from me. And I'm wondering if this is connected to it.
Very well could be. But for all I know now, this is. Well, I can't really tell what it is.
Fair enough.
I see. Well, if you need any help with the research, then don't be afraid to ask me. I've been a researcher myself, you know.
Very good. For now, I think you should take a night's rest before you head back out there.
I'll just clear my throat. Sir, Entschuldigung, but uh, we still have 50 gold that you owe us?
The mission is not completed yet.
We shook hands, sir.
Indeed.
It was 100 gold for scouting and bringing back the report. We did that, and we might be willing to do more, but you have to
Alright.
keep your word, sir.
But I did mention that this mission might extend, and
Of
so it
course.
has. 50 gold for now should be well enough, with another 50 on the way should you all survive this. I certainly hope you do.
We shook hands on it.
Indeed.
He did mention that before, which is why I asked for the gold up front.
Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. All right then. What do you want us to do?
Well, going back tomorrow, I think the best thing to do would be returning to the hills. And once there, you can research some more. You still hadn't found the camp.
Yeah, but we have a good idea of where it might be.
Did you
Sure,
find
yeah.
anything else?
Well, we discover an explorer, a scout, patrolling the area. So we're definitely keeping an eye on strangers. And he also had this scroll on him. As I say that, I hand him over the scroll, written in Goblin.
Right. This is excellent writing for a goblin. Strange. These appear to be notes detailing orders to scout out locations and bring in prisoners to act as labor.
Labor, you say?
It also details where the camp is located.
So we gave you the camp.
And it does detail the camp. I think this is good for now. You should all get some rest, at least to
Also,
those who
sir,
need it.
excuse me. I don't know if the others mentioned, but on that cart there were also ammos for siege weapons. So I am
Yeah, you
unsure
did
if they're
mention that.
preparing some kind of war, or you know.
Whatever it is not good. I know my way around this. I have worked as a defensive expert for the hobgoblins before. I happen to know that weapons like these are not used for defense. They are used for offense.
That's why it's hot as well.
I shall have more information ready in the morning.
All right, good night.
I have paid for a room so that you can stay at the inn. As
Thank
well
you.
as a local hall. The inn is quite large and has a number of rooms meant for bureaucracy and the likes. You can you have access to one of those rooms if you wish to stay there and speak undisturbed.
What inn is it?
It is the one we're in right now, right below us, the Clockwork Inn.
Oh, Entschuldigung.
The stairs over there will let you down.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
There are arcane locks upon the doors, but I've made sure that you are allowed entrance.
Wunderbar. All right.
What is with all of this precaution? Why do we need this room? Is there people listening in?
can never be too certain.
Hmm.
I apologize if this all seems excessive, but I am, well, I was a soldier, and I have grown accustomed to making sure that everything is kept top secret. It is within my nature to do so.
Can I
It's only
very
fair.
quickly roll an insight on that?
Yeah. Definitely seems to be telling the truth.
I wanted to make sure in case, he was not trying to get us prisoners, since he mentioned prisoner to the camp. That thing.
Yeah.
Goblin. Yeah, I cannot
All
speak.
right. I'll walk through the door, and um, is it like a conference room separate from the rooms, or is it like the rooms are connected to one conference room?
You first have to make your way down the interior of the clock tower, which is not too difficult. It's easily navigatable, and at the bottom you reach the store which leads into the tavern proper. From there, you notice several rooms lining the sides. They do not appear to be bedrooms, but more conference rooms. And
Mhm.
there is one clearly marked Dervin. It seems to be his to use.
All right.
What time of day is it?
It is evening.
All right, guys. What if we get all a beer and have a seat and talk about each other at nine? I would like to know who I'm dealing with here.
Go get yourself some beer then.
Yeah,
Alright.
pretty much.
Can I get a beer downstairs for everyone?
Yeah.
Or can we
You
even
get,
get someone to go up for us?
yes, you can.
All right.
You make your way down to the tavern, and there the barkeep stands overlooking. She's an elf. Looks older, but not too old.
Older than I am? I'm in my.
Yeah, no,
Let's
no.
see.
Older than me? Okay.
Old for an elf.
Yeah, okay.
She
Alright.
gives you a pleasant smile and takes your order and explains that someone will be there to deliver the drinks.
Alright. Then I would like to gather everybody in a conference room.
Right.
We
The conference room is neat and very tidy. There's a large table set up in the center of it with chairs lining, in total 16. At the far end from the door, there is a large two-sided mirror. It seems to you seem to be able to, or a two-sided window at least. You seem to be able to look out while people are not able to look in. It reaches to the outside. You're on the second floor right now, so
A one-sided window,
yeah.
not a two-sided too.
So you can see out. Yeah, you can see out into the.
It's
You
a
can see out.
two-sided window.
To the streets,
We
yeah.
can see
Yeah.
out, but they can't see in.
Yeah,
Okay.
look down
Uh,
upon things, and on the opposite side, where the door is, like it's to the side, there's a large sort of blackboard with some chalk.
All right. Everybody sit down, please.
Um. Yep. I'll just go and sit down.
I'll drop myself into the chair, just like
I lower myself on this
good
chair,
description.
and as do so, you hear my bones just rattle and crack.
Are you also gonna sit down, Yulia?
Oh, I will lay down on the table. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired.
All right, everyone. I'm sorry for the formality, but the last people I worked with didn't go right. So I just want to make sure that we are all on one page. Yeah. I would like to know who I'm dealing with, to then be able to trust all of you. Do you all agree?
That seems fair.
It's fair to me as well.
I just nod.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Um, seeing I told you guys that I wanted to trust you, I'll start because that's a strong leadership advice I got from my grandfather. All right. I'll be honest for you. Um, I don't really like being here. I don't like it being cold, but I need to be here. My son unfortunately died a couple of years ago, and my wife doesn't know. I need to tell her, but I just want to bring my little Hansi back, and I think that these orcs might know more. Um, I still may be a merchant, so just know what that is, yeah? I see someone is paying attention. Can I throw one of my bullets, like, on their forehead?
A lead ball into their forehead.
Toss it over. It knocks against your head, Takea.
Yeah, what's up?
It was your turn to explain who you are and what you want.
Me explain myself. I just here for the money, whatever happens though.
Why you sound
Okay,
drunk already?
So only the money?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. That's
I
good
don't
to
need
know.
to know any of you. You don't need to know me. So yeah, go ahead.
And you, Edmund?
Right. I had a wife, like an elven wife. She was slightly taller than me. About right.
I'm really sorry. It's just the way that's the first thing that you said.
It's like he's so insecure about it. You know that already.
Slightly taller.
He's bullied for 700 years and his wife is taller than him.
Oh my god.
She's like
Okay, I'm
slightly
sorry.
taller than me. She
Why
was.
it's so stupidly funny. Oh yeah, my wife is slightly taller than me.
You don't say that she's dead. No, she's just taller than I am.
Like,
Yeah, he does
Right,
say
right.
if she's
you
alive
people,
or.
you have to tell them.
we almost had a child together, right? But
Congratulations.
like I said, almost. She was about to give birth, but then well, she got kidnapped. So yeah,
By
kind of
who?
searching for her.
Hmm.
Well, I don't fucking know. They killed me right after.
So,
I'm gonna put up my boot and just kick the snoring orc.
Yes.
Fuck off,
Pay
taking the
attention.
boot and kicking it back.
Edmund, I hate to say it, but you are fascinating because we have two people. You are not alive, are you?
Me?
Well,
Me?
that's a right way to say it, fucking.
Well, what happened? Like, how are you alive right now? You don't look alive, and I'll like lift up a rag and like look at your skin.
Well, my head got cut off. That's first of all. Still got a scar on my neck. You can probably see it. Gonna pull
Yes.
down my the clothing around my neck a little bit.
Pulls
So
down
I don't
your
know
arm.
how I'm alive. I just fucking hate these people. I can kind of sense where they are in the world, but I don't know. Just woke up one day.
Are you trying to find her kidnappers?
Oh yeah, yeah, I am.
You sound like, oh yeah, shit, fuck.
I'm
Like
gonna
500
kill
years
them.
ago, I should have been on that.
But right. See, I'm kind of hunting them down, but they're difficult to find. They keep moving.
Hmm.
I can kind of know where they are, the general direction.
Oh yeah, my wife was taller than me. Have I said that already? Yeah, she
So-
was very tall, but tiny taller than me.
Furthermore, I'm a druid. I look into artifacts. That's all I do. Nothing special about it.
Oh, have you found anything that has to do with turning back time?
Nope. Can't say I have.
All
Sorry,
right,
fam.
just a question.
You know, just a question.
Und Nisk,
Yeah.
you are completely skeleton.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. As I say, so I just pull out my hand, put it on the table, like casually.
So, how are you a thing?
Uh, well, it's a very long story. Okay? Just like you, I was messing around with life and, with things I shouldn't have touched. But first of all, I must say that I used to be an alchemist and was kind of renowned around here. I used to have a house in the it's north of here.
What's your name? I might have heard of you if you were so renowned.
I'd rather not tell you that.
All right.
But
How long ago was this?
we're talking about 30 years ago.
All right.
But as I was saying, I messed with things I shouldn't have messed. I found an ancient zone, which seems to be forgotten, and inside of it, there used to be the secret to live eternally. And whilst at first I was not interested in it, the more I looked at the book, the more I studied it, the more I felt pulled. So I decided to try become immortal. I just felt pulled towards it. I tried to synthesize an elixir for eternal life, but as you can see, it didn't work out really well.
Well, you are immortal, aren't you not?
We can say that I am, but is this real the top of immortality that I want?
All right. Und Theo?
Well, I've just been a guard around this town. Nothing really interesting about me, but I've been meaning to get out of this town for a long time. 'Cause being a guard is freaking, it's boring.
Did you grow up here?
No, I traveled here from another town. It's called Ankard, but I've been here for a few years now.
All right. What made you travel?
Well, let's just say my family wasn't the nicest people, and I didn't want to stay there.
Ah, my dear little child. That's okay. Well, I'm glad we could talk to each other. Do I hear the beer coming up the staircase?
There are a
I don't
few
hear anything.
footsteps, and then you hear the door just swing open, and you see this young girl standing there with a platter full of beer as well as a pitcher. And she goes in and says, "Oh, I hope you're all doing all right." And she puts it down on the table.
Wunderbar. You can
Was
leave
it just
now.
the beer?
Yes, just a bit. You can leave now.
Bye.
Not want any food as well?
Do we want food, guys? It's on the
Oh.
house.
Well,
Nah.
I'm set.
It's not on the house, actually.
It's on my house, missus.
All right.
Do you have any, like, a boar?
Well, yes,
I would like one boar, please.
One
an,
whole
ent-
boar.
an entire one.
Yes.
It'll be pretty pricey.
How pricey are we speaking?
15 gold?
All right. See it done.
Do you want me to cut it up as well, or do you just take it in?
Oh no, I want it cooked and prepared, please, within an hour.
Yes, no, I understood that, but just... Sure, I'll get it done.
All right. Thank you very
She
much,
kind of
guys. Dinner
gets
is
this,
solved.
a fuzzled look on her face, and just... Oh, tell your boar? Sure. Walks out, closes the door. You hear some quicker footsteps going down the stairs.
Oh, we will like a live boar. I like you have specified that you wanted it to be cooked.
Of course, of course. I will just like distribute the beer to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I want to give you guys a prost on the boar. It's from me. It's with love, but I want to all enjoy it and onto tomorrow with good luck. Yeah.
Right.
Alright. Well, thank you very much. And
And
I
I'll just
raise my
raise my
beer up.
jug. Yeah. And we'll tuck it. Besides
Glug,
Mattia,
glug,
I
glug,
suppose.
glug,
Cheers.
glug, glug.
Yeah, beside me.
Mattia, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shower in a beer.
Okay, fine. I'll drink it.
And I'm
Just
gonna
walks
finish.
through.
I raise my I raise my my
Hey,
You just have a
calories.
bag underneath you, so that's
Hey,
Yeah, and I just
miss.
chug.
Got a question for you. Do
Yeah.
you have any taste?
No, I'm sorry. I don't have any taste. But I can feel things, like almost as if I have my sense of touch. Although it's probably like some memories. How you, when you touch a dog, and you can almost feel the.
you used
The
to
fur.
touch your wife even though she was taller than you.
Alright, you shut up.
I can bald.
By the way, Tyrion, how much was that for the beers plus the boar?
A total of 20 gold.
All right. That is the
Damn.
30 left. That's all right.
Right, see, I'm asking you because I can't taste anything either.
Oh, you can't.
No, I have a tongue, but it's not really working.
Well, as I told you.
Well, I think that's what your wife said beforehand. So.
Seems fishy.
Well, as I told you,
Can't do this anymore.
I cannot taste anything, and my sense of touch is probably what my memories are.
That's okay. You like boar, right?
Huh? Yeah, sure.
That's very good. And you, Theo?
Yeah, I sure
Okay,
do.
that's wunderbar. Okay, you guys can still eat, even though you can't taste. Like, feel welcome. Just for the taste and the healthy and the environment.
Just for the
Healthy environment, really?
And but don't feel obliged. Like, if you feel very awkward, then you can just watch us eat.
Alright, I'll watch
Do
you
you
eat.
need to eat?
Oh yes,
I'll
Or do you
watch.
want to eat at all?
The
I'm
undead
gonna roll
whisperer.
to intimidate if you don't want to eat. I'll just say that.
I wanna poke Nyx with a javelin out of curiosity.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Are you feeling this?
Not really. It doesn't hurt.
Boring. Started to poke you.
You are boring.
I can still feel things. Don't stab me with that one.
I want to ask Nis and Edmund, like, so both of you don't need to eat, or you just can't taste.
We don't need to eat.
Well, I can't taste
Ah.
and I can't eat. Well, I can eat, but I can't. I don't really need it. It just comes out the other way.
Well,
Well, it does for
missing
us as
out.
well.
With me,
You're
it just falls
missing
on the
out a
ground.
lot of things.
Hmm?
You're missing out on a lot of things then.
Yeah, right. I know. Thanks for
I guess.
reminding me.
At least you don't need to poop every day.
No, I just fall out. I just occasionally lose some flesh. It's fine.
I'm jealous.
I have a peculiar question. Do you take the flesh that falls off with you?
When do you think I wear bandages so it doesn't fall off?
Well, but that must have gone stuff that's just gone missing, no?
Yeah.
What happens if you get your life back and that flesh is just missing?
Shit happens.
What if you miss the dangly bits between your legs?
Like
Is your
a
wife
nose.
happy anyway?
It's not like I have a wife anymore to use it on. So
Oh, right.
So, guys, tomorrow we need to go to the camp, yeah?
That's the point.
all right, that's the point.
Yeah. How are we gonna do that?
Well, you want to walk in there, or do you want to fly?
Well, see, Glühwürmchen is nicht so groß, you know? He's not that big. He can't carry all of us, not even one. Are you stupid?
Hey, why don't you just shoot the
Well,
goblin?
he could carry my
the
head.
other one.
Well, see, Glühwürmchen can't really talk with me. I can kind of feel what he's feeling, but I don't really talk with Glue.
Well, I can. I have
That's
3
sad.
languages I don't know.
No, but see, he can't talk to me.
Well, that's really sad.
He can only feel, kind of like that. You see,
Feel the
Why that sounds so
vibe.
sexual?
I can sense his senses a little bit. You feel if he tingles, I tingle.
What does that even mean?
Well, we can tingle together.
I don't think I want to know any more about that. Thank you very much.
Can we skip forward to the boar?
The boar.
You kind of keep talking for a bit. After about an hour, you hear a number of footsteps coming up the stairs
An army.
as 3 people are carrying this whole cooked boar in. It's been cooked and prepared, and you just
With
place
an
it down.
apple in his mouth and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they place down large pieces of cutlery as well, and you just see they just kind of wipe the sweat from their brow and just, whew, is that Holden?
Very well. I will toss them the 20 gold.
All right,
for
thank you.
I'll toss one in for both of you 3. So I'll toss 3 extra golds to the other people.
Hey, a tip. That's cool.
Do,
That's good.
do you always use your money like this whenever you meet new people?
Me and my wife are well adjusted.
Huh.
I didn't even
Uh,
eat these kind of meals when I lived.
well,
All
you
right.
can thank you and your wife then. I'm gonna. We're gonna go ahead and go back. Just call us if you need anything more.
Yeah, all right. Uh, Katea, fuck me. Katea.
Tequila.
Tikea.
IKEA.
Tequila.
Yeah,
IKEA.
pretty much.
Tikea. Um, seeing you are the strongest, I allow you to cut off the head as a service of honor. Yeah.
Uh,
By the way, if Takea ever like goes crazy and kills the rest of the party, then it's TPKea.
Okay.
we agreed not to tell them our plans, okay?
Foreshadowing.
Damn.
Okay, but
So-
Takea and I will handle like one of the bigger cutleries. Do you the honor to cut the boar? Yeah.
oh, sure, dude. I'm like leaning a little bit back and just striking ahead.
I need
Face up
to.
on the table.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I also make sure that we have like one of the back legs, just the entire back leg for just glue worm alone,
Sure.
just to make sure that he has his fair share of food. Edmund and Nisk, I would advise just eating it because it's very good. You don't taste it, but the feel is very strong. Yeah.
I'm afraid that it's gonna be to waste if I, you know, me eating it and throwing it on the floor. It's pretty much the same thing.
All right, I understand. Tio, are you enjoying the boar?
Yep. I'll be sitting there like slicing off a piece, um, or slicing off a couple pieces and putting it. If we have plates, I'll put it on a plate. If not, I'll just eat it off the boar platter.
The
Yeah.
boar
I'm just
platter.
sneaking out the head.
Yep. I'll just also just start digging in, and I'm eating way more than any of you think that an old man would possibly be able to eat.
I'll fold my hands together under my chin and just stare at you eating.
I'm just like, oh, it's really good, you know, it's very good. It's like very tasty, and your tastes are really good. Really good, very good.
All right.
And yeah, I think we eat the entire boar. All three
Yeah.
of us. 3.5 with glue wormchen.
We're still eating just like a couple of slices.
Yeah, there's just like, just some
Yep.
pieces of meat that we're just so full, and we're just like nom, nom.
If there's an apple in the boar's mouth, I'll take it and start tossing it in my hand and eventually take a bite.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Just to show that you're an asshole.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'll be right
goodness,
back
I
again.
need to say, like,
Eating.
speaking of which, I probably need to tell the guards what the crap I'm doing, and I think it's about time I just resign.
Right now?
Well, seeing as we need to go tomorrow, I don't know if I need to do it now. Maybe I can get one of the people here to take the letter. I
But
don't know.
are you
I think-
sure you want to resign? Maybe tomorrow we are done, no?
Well, at least I need to let them know what I'm doing.
I suggest to speak with our friends upstairs, and maybe you can handle it. It seems kind of powerful here.
Maybe you could just not show up to work. You know, they would fire you.
No, you have to stay at work.
No.
It's very important to keep a positive mind. I get Theo. Theo, why don't you just indeed go out? And what about someone goes with you, no?
Yeah, I take guard work seriously, even though I don't want to do
Guard
it
anything.
anymore. While I'm still a guard, I'm not gonna just back off. So
Because you're definitely a guard, especially
Alright,
if
I'm
you
back.
mention it often enough.
Fucking
yeah.
coffee and water just flows right through me.
I am a god. What are you talking about? What else would I be?
So, is someone gonna help Theo? Like, check out the town, maybe go party a little bit? No?
I don't mind going on my own.
No, you
If
should
you
never
guys
go
want to
alone.
rest.
I will go with you, Theo. Just so we have someone else that knows the town really well. You can show me around. Nicht Edmund? Do you want to come with, Edmund?
I think I'm fine.
And Nisk, you haven't eaten anything, so you can't be full. So you might want to go do something.
I don't know. I guess I would follow you guys.
All right, that's great because I don't want to go alone with Theo.
I think I'll watch our little orc friend here.
All right, that's very good. Can you make sure that Glühwürmchen is nice and asleep, Edmund?
Yeah, probably.
Remember, if Glühwürmchen gets hurt, do you remember how far I shot that goblin in the head?
Yeah.
All right, just remember that.
Of course.
All
It's
right.
not like you'll get me anyway.
It's not like he is alive anyway.
Mhm.
All right, then let's go to the guard's house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start investigating our orc friend, just like plucking at the feathers, seeing what I can get.
Oh no.
You need to go and tell them that I'm doing a job.
Yeah. So first of all, as soon as the others leave, Edmund, you just go to pluck a feather from Takea, and Takea, you just like wake up to this sharp pain, and Edmund standing over you.
Okay, that sounds sexual.
Like you know the feeling like someone like plucks a strand of hair from you. It's that like sort of sharp pain.
I out of reflex, I'm gonna do this.
Jesus Christ, you're almost killing me.
Well, maybe think about that before you pull out her hair.
It's fine, it missed me.
Yeah. The swing just comes after you, but you have a feather.
Alright, calm down. Let's just looking at it. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? It's so painful. Come on.
I need some for research.
No. I'm just taking it, not attacking.
It's just one feather. Calm down.
That would have been.
I'm gonna rip the fucking arm from you.
Can I just say,
See how it is.
you've used your maul twice. It's been 11 and 12 damage. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
All right. Calm down. Listen, I'll give you your feather back. I'll even put it back inside of you if you want, but let me just look at it.
I just came to you with a grumpy face and just yeet away my feather
No,
and come back to my place,
No,
staring at you still.
I just want to take a look.
Yeah, because you asked so nicely.
Sorry, go on to town. Stop peeping.
Just not talking to him anymore. Just like go like looks away, petting my poor feather.
Aww.
Oh, Archibald. Oh.
Yeah. So Theo, Archambault, and Nisk, you head out onto town, and it doesn't take too long before Theo is waved down by another guard. You recognize this guard as Ralph, another one of the guards from the town.
With the nickname Wreck-It Ralph.
Like the Simpsons Rolf? That type of Rolf?
Hey there.
Hi, hello there. I didn't know you were out on duty now.
Yeah, you saw the thing on the notice board.
Oh, weird shit, that.
Yeah, I went out to check that, and I think I still need to do something about that tomorrow. So, if you can put in a word, or I mean, if I need to go and
Don't tell me
tell.
you're going to take more days off.
Yeah, I mean, I help you out once in a while.
Yeah,
I can do
once in a
this for
while.
free.
Yeah, of course I can do this for you, but all right, sure, I'll tell them. But how about this? Next time I need to take care of business, you take over my shifts for me.
Sure, I'll
Right.
do that.
Good. Don't go disappearing again, right?
Um, I won't.
Take care then, Theo.
Well, thank
Are
you.
you gonna be on shift now then? I noticed you got some people with you. Are they taking them in or just they just
Hmm.
following you around?
We are
I
friends.
They're friends. Right. Theo I know doesn't really have friends. Acquaintances mostly.
Well,
acquaintances, yes.
there's a first time for everything, right?
Right.
They went with me to well, we all went together to check the thing on the notice board. So now I'm stuck doing this.
Right. And that means you can't work.
Well, if they need to take a shift now, I can do it for a few hours.
No, 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 no. Don't worry about it.
I
Look, it's
mean,
going to be a calm night at all.
all right.
You go deal with your things. It'll be fine. And I'll just, you know, work. It's really fine. I'm assigned to the markets. Worst thing we get is some sneak thief trying to take some stuff. We had one earlier today.
Mm.
Someone who apparently stole something. But
Ah,
sure, it's nothing.
again? Well, we should really sort that out at some point.
I, I don't worry about it.
Oh well, you get that in every town, I guess.
Uh, Nothing really gets done here. Work's never over.
Yep, which is why I'm gonna be doing
I
better
mean,
tomorrow.
you are our most well-trained guard so far, so I'll call upon you
Hmm.
if we absolutely need something to be taken care of.
Entschuldigung,
Um,
Ralph? Is that your name?
Aye, that's me.
You said our friend here is well befamed?
Well trained, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You should see him fight.
Well, he was
um,
quite good.
quick question: is there like
Uh-huh.
a guard leader or some like
There's a
the
guard
head?
captain, yeah.
Okay, and he would be like the one who's in charge of like everyone, all the guards and
Yeah, yeah.
shifts and stuff. Okay, then I'm gonna say to Ralph. Do I know the guard leader's name?
Yeah, it's
Bob.
it's Susan.
Okay.
Captain Susan.
Susan. I'm writing this down just in case. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say to Ralph. Ralph, say, if I happen to leave, what does Susan think of me right now?
Well, as I said, you're the most well-trained guard. You've taken care of a lot of roles so far, so it's probably fine.
Mhm.
Honestly, we're well enough stocked up, so we don't really need the extra help. We're glad you came along, but it's fine so far.
Just in case I need to go for a longer period of time. I mean, you never know.
You never know. I mean, you've been dodging in and out of guard service for quite a while, so it's fine.
All right.
It doesn't matter that much.
All right. Well, thank you for your help and have a good night.
You too.
Sir Ralph, have you heard of the hobgoblin camps in the north?
The what now? No, I just
Camp.
mainly deal with things around town.
All right. Keep a very eye out, okay?
All right. If I see some hobgoblins, except for the one living in the tower,
Yeah,
better
no,
see part of
other
it as
ones.
well.
Other ones than the one in the tower, yeah.
All right, sure.
All right.
Keep an eye out. All
Okay,
right,
then
that's all.
if we walk away, I would like to take Theo and Nisk. And so, Theo, where do you go to wind down in this place?
Is there a tavern?
Well, yeah, the Clockwork Tavern.
Is that like the only?
No,
The only
main-
real big one. Yeah.
no, Theo, I mean, lines down.
Bruh.
I want to unwind.
Okay.
Are there any places like that here?
So out of character, I think I would know where, but I
Yeah.
don't know like in terms of like this map.
Yeah, there is one in the Eastern District.
There's
Alright,
one
we
in
don't
the-
need to go there. I just would like to know.
Don't you have a fucking wife, dude?
There are places like that in the Eastern District. I mean, no judgment. If you want to go do that, you can.
Nine, it's just good to know where peculiar places in the city are.
Well,
For
I wouldn't
example,
say peculiar. I mean, don't you get that in every city?
well, in Sunset Landing, I find it very important to know where the different utilitarian companies are. Like, for example, for pleasure, just to know what you have in common and what you can use. You know?
I'm gonna pat your shoulder and say, "It's all right, mate."
Alright, mate.
No, I have a wife, and I'll show you my ring. My wife is so lovely, yeah.
Then why haven't you told her about what happened?
Because it's her son, and she'll kill me.
All
My
right.
wife is so fond of hands, and she just thinks I'm in Farflagon now, picking up a shipment of skulls, but I really took that.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna tell her soon, but as you can see, I'm not near Sunset right now, so you know.
Well, it's all right. If
I think,
your wife's not gonna find out, regardless of what you're gonna do here.
well, maybe. Okay, guys, I think it's time to go to bed now. Can I look at the clock tower and see what time it is?
Yeah, it's about it's about like 11.
All right, we have a big day tomorrow. What about we go to bed? 9
Yep. Sure.
Sounds good
That
to
sounds
me.
like a plan.
together. Just
Well,
kidding.
not about that. I'm not down for that.
We go towards the Eastern District.
We're
Wow.
going to bed, boys, but not ours.
Are you going together or?
Let's not have another Andre
No.
happen.
No, I'm going back to the clock tower inn.
All right, of course.
Yes.
And yeah, I think we should sleep till tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna rest.
Is Glooworm Shamal fine?
Yeah, unless someone did something.
Did someone do something?
Research.
Yeah, they're rare, and I heard this druid is plucking out feathers.
I'm just hating a druid.
He's
That's
just
all.
like dead now.
It's like a waxing service. Don't worry.
Yeah, you Blue is currently lying on the table sleeping.
Like,
And as you get back
Alright.
to the conference room, the others are still there, I suppose. Takea kind of dozing off with still a sort of displeased scowl pointed towards Edmund, who's just sitting there, really just minding his own business. However, holding a feather.
Gören
And a
Chickling
hand up.
av en fjäder. Is that the Swedish saying? Gören
Yeah.
Chickling av en fjäder? Making a
Göra en
chicken
kyckling av en fjäder.
Yeah,
Göra en höna av en fjäder.
yeah. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm like speaking more loudly, but I can't hear myself because the rain is so bad. It's storming. She has
It
a
is
name,
like really, really, really stormy.
It
Yeah,
don't
it's fine.
and I have a plastic roof, so it's kind of loud.
Black
Not
Sam.
roof, not roof, not roof. Window. Sorry, I have one window that's plastic.
Sam.
That's like a tent.
No. It's just like a attic little side
I'm
window.
in the attic as well, so it's not allowed.
Oh my god, just a plastic roof.
It's up
I
north. There are no storms up north here.
Yeah.
there are no storms here either.
I needed to cycle today, and it was so bad that I basically could walk, and I would be quicker than cycling.
You just got blown away on the bus.
Yes, it was so bad.
He got
I saw
blown.
someone
Giggity.
fall over today. It's kind of funny.
All right, so we hear some morning music, I guess, because ding ding ding
Yeah.
ding ding ding, our alarm is ringing.
Okay, Siri, turn off the alarm.
Glue-wormchen just makes a cock crow.
Cock crow.
Nice pseudo dragon.
Okay. I think he has
That
some
wasn't
split
fucked up, by the
personality.
way. My parents are gonna be like,
Yeah.
why the fuck is he making rude? He is such a cock sometimes.
There is you kind of you wake up relatively early, having at least gotten a good night's sleep and a long rest.
I wanted to change my spell list at the end of the night. Is that all
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I want 17 fireballs.
I would like to order some. Hold on, let me check something.
Since Edwin doesn't need to sleep, I've just been up all night staring out the window.
I thought
Me
staring at the
too.
orc.
I rest for only 4 hours a day.
You were just
Yeah.
like, look at those feathers, they're so nice.
Me like it.
I didn't know it was Yoda. Very soft
I turn
feathers
into
they
Yoda.
are.
I like me.
Me like it, feathers. Me feathers one.
You can chew.
I just need some for reason.
Me feathers full.
You've all woken up well, and what do you do?
I think we just
Head
like
up.
pull on our clothes.
Can I be nowhere to be found, and then I come in
What?
like
Yeah.
later?
Yeah. Been
Alright.
gone for a bit, but you come in about an hour after everyone's woken up.
Hello. I see everyone's up.
You are early.
Yep. I had to go take care of some business.
Yeah, I heard you, Lear.
Oh, so what's
What
about?
kind of business?
You know, like business.
Can I roll
Yeah.
insight on that terrible performance?
Yeah, you know, business.
Yeah.
business.
Versus that's a deception check.
A perception.
Deception.
Oh,
Can I-
a
That's my
different.
first good roll, so I hope it's worth it.
Can I do the same? Well, it doesn't matter.
Something seems off about this. Definitely.
Theo, what kind of business are we talking about? Are you a
I
criminal?
put him to the side and be like, listen, I went to the Eastern District, okay? Just shush.
Ah, you did your business. I see, I see. I like you. I like you. Guys, Theo's a very good man, yeah.
I told you there was no judgment, alright? The others saw me leave. I didn't go. The
I
others
know, but
creepily watching, you know?
you can't just lie to me and say you are doing business. I'm very smart. You can't do
Okay, I was doing business. You know?
Yeah,
And I wink at him.
you were doing your business. I see, and I point at your crotch and like squeeze it a little bit.
What?
What does that mean?
What?
No, in Sunset we are just very free.
I think it's
Um,
sunrise.
I stand back a bit and be like, alright,
All right.
alright.
Okay, I think we have a person waiting for us on top, no?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
On
Right,
top of
yeah.
someone?
On top of who? Top of Andre?
On top of all of us. Nine, he's in the top floor.
Okay, let's go.
Boring.
All right, and then we'll go to our good old friend. Oh, fuck, I clicked it away. Our
Wait.
good old friend, and his name
Is
is
Yoda with us?
Dervan. Yeah,
Yoda
Yeah.
is not with us.
Yoda is not with us.
Mm. Me feather like.
Stop doing a business, okay?
Go on top, you go.
Make your way to the top of the clock tower, where Dervin is currently sitting around. He appears to be studying the metal in the box. And as soon as you come up, he quickly closes the box, puts it on the table, and says, "Ah, you finally made it. I was waiting a bit." was wondering if you were going to come back.
Well, you didn't specify a time, sir. That's kind of sloppy for someone who lives inside of a clock.
Ah,
Oh, just
well
why?
perceived. I suppose I didn't, but I assumed that you would be here earlier. It's fine. Guess I'll get on with business.
So, do you have another scroll for us?
I do. Um, I intend to send you a bit closer to where I believe the camp is located this time.
That would be
Alright.
nice.
Using the residue from your travel over here, I can pinpoint it more directly.
Yes, especially with the scroll 9.
Indeed. And he hands you a scroll again.
Can I
This is
check if
again
it's
for
the
travel.
exact same kind of scroll?
It's the exact same kind of scroll.
To all of
Alright.
us or just him?
It's like so simple. It's like a rebus. It's like cow minus OW plus this.
Cow Overwatch? Plus what?
Yeah. Cow minus Overwatch is a cow in a field.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So you get the scroll, and he says, and he opens this gateway again. And then he says, "Well, as you go through it, the last thing you hear is, hope it doesn't send you in the middle of the camp." And then he gives a light chuckle.
Well, I hope not.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
As you appear again in the hills.
Sweet.
Sweet baby Jesus.
What?
It's definitely a different location from before, but it seems to be close to where the ambush happened, as the charred remains of the cart are within view.
Hmm.
Alright. Nisk, you had the coordinates 9?
Yeah, I should remember where it was. I guess I will lead them towards the camp. Once again, trying to not be in plain sight.
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
like
Follow
stealth it?
any hills or type of.
Can I have Glue flying up high to see if he can see, smell, or hear something?
He comes back. He kind of flies up and returns a bit later as you've been traveling towards where you believe the camp is. To mention that he kind of nudges. You get the indication that he sees something.
Alright. Guys, Glyvon picked up something. Can I know whereabouts it is? Do I get that through?
It seems to be in the direction you're traveling.
Somewhere
And
in front of us.
the closer you get, you can also see
Hi.
now there appears to be some smoke rising in the distance.
Hi.
Is it like how much smoke are we talking about? Just like a big campfire, or does it more seem like a couple of smaller fires?
Like a big bonfire.
What direction is the wind going?
It is blowing east,
And we are coming from?
the north.
Alright. That's alright then. Um Guys, I think the camp is very close ahead.
Okay, we'll give that away.
Clue and the smoke.
Yeah, this huge rising plume of smoke.
Yeah,
Billowing.
let's just go with it.
Is it like normal smoke, or is it like black smoke from actually burning a lot of cloth and stuff?
It is black smoke.
Okay. Guys, this doesn't seem like a normal camp. Is there
Oh,
any
Jesus Christ.
flora or fauna around?
Uh, it's decidedly becoming like less and less of that.
So there's barely any shrubbery or trees.
Yeah.
And even less birds and whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, how do we approach a place in open sight?
I would say the closer you get as well, eventually you notice at the edge of the vision as you come upon a hill, this large ring of a wall beset by heavy, like pieces of iron bolted to the wooden frame, and within it you can see this massive, what appears to be a furnace. And almost hovering above the furnace, more of this black metal, but it seems to have been hammered into the form of a ship. At least now the front end, which is strangely floating.
Like a bow.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is Auschwitz.
Oh, I know that. My
Oh, wait, we have a
grandfather
German
wrote
in
book
here.
about that. It's called Mein Kampf.
No.
Guys, are they building a ship out of that metal?
It seems like it.
You would know better than me, sailor.
Well, surprisingly, I'm not that good with sky vessels.
Do you think we are?
Well, don't druids have the option to turn into birds?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is there? Do we see any like way to get closer without being seen from the walls? Is there any like uh
There appears to be,
valley-ish?
yeah, there are a few, there's a bit of a valley before you come upon the hill, which on top of which this large camp resides. But it notably there's very little shrubbery or large stones or the likes there. It seems to have been cleared out.
How far away is it?
At this point, about 2 miles.
All right. How much feet would 2 miles be? 200 or something?
Uh,
2,000?
Two
I
miles.
always say that like 2 miles is like 30 minutes walk or like 25
Who
minutes.
the fuck
Alright.
uses miles and feet?
D&D.
Yeah, strange enough.
Okay. What if we do we see any um what do you call it? Like escorting like guards or something around the
It's a
area?
bit too far away to notice that.
But in this area.
In this area, give me a perception check. 'Cause there's still some shrubbery and stuff left here.
Woo.
Ooh. You notice in the distance a troop of what appear to be 4 goblins silently making their way back to camp.
Alright. Do they seem in a haste?
Not really.
What kind of
They appear to
clothing?
be.
Yeah, sorry.
They're wearing regular sort of leather clothing and scrap
Typical.
pieces of armor.
Classic goblins.
Mm.
Yeah. They appear to be carrying among them as well this another one of these pieces of black metal.
Hmm.
Quite a
Maybe
large piece as well.
Maybe we will wait till dark.
You know, they did say they need prisoners, right?
They do need prisoners. But
Think we could use that to sneak in?
but if we are the prisoners, how do we get out, darling?
I'm just saying we could disguise ourselves.
We have a
As what?
scroll.
I don't think we are tall enough to go as goblins.
Well, what if we can get them to take us as prisoner?
And then how do we get out of a jail?
You have that scroll. It summons like a portal.
No, I don't think that's the right option. I think we should disguise ourselves as slaves somehow.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
as
what I mean.
slaves, how do we get out?
Well, at least they will not search your body, I guess.
Well,
Then
they might still
labor.
do that. See, do I dress like a slave? Are they not gonna expect this to be not a slave?
What are you wearing again? Oh my god.
Fancy stuff.
Fancy ass shit.
Well, that should
I
not
just
be an
throw
issue.
Well,
mud on his
Can you
It
like
doesn't-
fancy
undress?
clothes.
It doesn't matter what we wear because they're out here to capture slaves. We could have just been caught.
I don't like risking my freedom for 50 gold.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I think we should take another way.
Like
Mm.
we are just giving them free slaves for the price of us knowing what they're
Well,
doing.
we wait for night to come and just sneak in the camp. Most of the
Yes.
hobgoblins are gonna be asleep, and we can, be
That
sneaky.
sounds more like it. I like that, Nisk.
Ugh.
Thank you.
I think, but then we can still get a little bit closer, no? Before night.
Maybe. Just
What
don't
if
make any noise or light.
I think we
Yes.
should find some cover. What if a patrolling party just comes by and sees us?
Yes. Are there any like shrubberies decently close by the camp?
Not seems not close.
What the fuck
But
was that?
can we go to the closest one that can hide all of us? Or if there's a group of like, let's say, rocks and shrubbery that we can like combo to hide together?
Like notably around the camp, for quite a good distance around the camp, it seems that they've cleared out any sort of thing like that to avoid
Yeah,
people hiding.
Yeah,
The
okay.
thing is, do goblins have dark vision?
They do.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be the same infiltrating them during the day as
Maybe
the
some
night,
of
and
them
they would be
sleep.
as
They're
advantage?
asleep.
Some of them
But-
will be asleep.
Yeah, but I don't have dark vision.
I do.
Mech doesn't.
I
I
don't. I
have-
don't have dark vision.
You don't
I
or
have-
do?
I don't.
Yeah.
But
Serena, do you?
Yeah.
I do.
Because
So we have two people
the
that are
thing
blind.
is, they're not gonna. Like, I know some might be asleep, but they're probably gonna have the same amount of guards at the gate then during
Yeah.
the day. They'll just switch them out. And
Okay,
we're
but-
at disadvantage during the night.
I have a question. Do we even want to get in?
Well, presumably,
What do we want if we want to go in?
find out what they're making.
Well, I have eyes. I think they're making a ship, no?
No, I think we should examine closer.
How
Don't
close
you want to
are
catch
those-
some guards?
how close are those people that I saw walking to the thing?
They were about, from where your hidden position here, they were about 500 feet out.
Can we walk up to them and just take one captive?
That doesn't sound
Yes.
like a good idea.
Just take him by hand.
No, I'm not saying we kidnap one. We just kill three and take one.
But which one?
I
All
don't
right,
know.
but
What
will
are
we
you
be
gonna
seen
achieve with
or
that?
heard?
Well, we're just gonna torture him till he gives us the information.
No. Listen, the other goblins they shout whenever they go into battle. These ones, these four would too. They would hear us.
Do we have anything to mute them?
No,
To make them sleep?
Don't you have a fancy spell, Druid?
I can produce fire. What, you want me to burn down the entire camp?
Can you-
Actually,
Yeah.
that would be a funny idea. I could just burn
Actually-
down all the metal.
Yeah, it's
Do you have
wood
a
metal.
way to distract one of them? Let's say there's some glistening in the bushes and we lure him in.
Can we
Um,
set everything on fire?
I could, but it would it's within 30 feet.
Oh, there's fire all around us in 30 feet. I wonder who that is. No, but can you make a distraction, maybe?
A tiny one.
Sure, maybe that works. Maybe we can set up a trap.
Out of character, this is the spell that I'm thinking of.
And what can it do? Like, what would you be able to make?
An instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal, or the faint odor of a skunk.
Well, I could do
Well,
something
probably
as
there's not a lot of animals around. So what if you make the noises in like a bush of like a rabbit or something?
What
And
if I
then
make
like,
the sound of a
Jesus
gunshot?
Christ, what the fuck?
that could be used.
so then like they need to investigate, and then we get the sneak bonus. Like they get jumped on. We're
Um,
5 people. We can jump 4 goblins.
Maybe.
Yo, we can sneak up behind them and discount them without them saying anything.
Well, sneaking up behind people in the open is kind of difficult, especially with walking.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever heard someone walk on a road that's not like perfectly paved or whatever, but you can hear that shit.
Alternatively, we can just kind of walk in.
What do you mean?
I mean, we could just kill them.
And
Don't know how
then,
many there are, but we could kill some of them.
and then
You know, keep killing
Just
them.
you.
just kill all of them. Well, I would like to take a more diplomatic approach, maybe, because they are more in
Pussy.
their them via at 5. Yeah, I'm old man, young
A
lady.
diplomatic approach, like kidnapping one of them.
Well, I never said it was a very diplomatic approach, but it's diplomatic.
Right. I
I'm
don't
not.
know what kind of.
I'm not
Yeah.
killing them. I want information. You guys want information?
What? Mhm.
I just try to protect you guys because see, I don't think going in there is so smart with all those little filthy goblins walking around.
Oi,
Yeah.
don't be racist.
Well, they're animals after all, no?
No. No.
They're not human.
Neither am I.
Well, you were.
Hmm.
So now
Shorter
look at
than
it.
your wife.
How
No,
about
shut up. She's an elf. It's okay. It happens.
how about
Yeah,
we
but
set
why
up
did you
some
have
kind
to
of
Yeah, you
ambush?
can say it to yourself every day.
I don't know. It's the first thing I came up with.
But yeah, I
Guys,
think
how-
or at night we can do a sneak, or we set a trap for one of
yeah, we
these.
can make an ambush and try to capture one. Maybe
I don't.
we can set a light a fire so we'll send someone.
I like the idea of like a gunshot for our
I can
monster.
produce a gunshot, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
But then
Wait.
everyone would be alarmed as well.
Yeah, a
instead of
gunshot
just
is
a small
probably
portion.
What if you just like they have no animals around, right? So if you make the noise of an animal, they're gonna think like, oh shit, that's food. So then they just yeet on over, and then
But at the same time, if they send someone, maybe a hunter, they might not know anything about what's going on in terms of weapons.
yeah, but I think they're still gonna be wanting food. Like I think
What
instantly
if I
when
make
there's
the
a
sound of a dragon?
can't you make a small sound?
I mean, a bird, yeah.
You're here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a small sound of a dragon.
Guys, I have an idea. What if we can disguise ourselves as goblins and go in?
But you
Do I
don't
look
speak
like-
Goblin?
And
What do goblins speak?
and I don't know if you know, but like most goblins are like 1 meter 20.
What about a hobgoblin?
Do I look like I have red skin to you?
Oh, we can fix that.
He's not buffed
Mm.
enough as well.
Fuck
Let's
off.
let's put it to a
Well,
vote.
we could. Here's another thing we can do. Two of us can disguise as hobgoblin, and two of us can pretend to be slaves.
Yeah, but then again,
Yeah.
we don't speak goblin.
That I know, but that's another thing.
And how
That's
everyone's
another.
gonna fit.
We don't have any much, many choices. Plus,
that's-
wait. I read the word slave on the paper. Maybe I can pronounce it.
Maybe
If I
we
can
could
just
watch
say
the other-
slaves, slaves. We found slaves.
Maybe we can watch the other goblins go in and see what they do.
Yeah, we can do that, and then we
So
can
far
do.
But wouldn't
away?
we be too close?
Well, we
Hmm.
can stalk them,
Huh.
but I still vote for the kidnap and torture method.
I think we should try and be slaves and go in. That's the safest way. If
Well,
we're
unless we
trying
get
to
caught.
go in. But if we're just gonna like
Yeah, I don't think we need to go in. That's the thing.
But didn't the guy say that he wanted us to go in?
That's true, but he doesn't need to know.
No, I think we should go in.
Yeah, all right. Then I think the hobgoblin thing is smart.
Can I throw a skinny man right into their camp?
Are you calling me a skinny man?
Yeah.
Well, by the cart, like before, while we were still walking past the cart, um, is there still like clothing remaining from the hobgoblin and the goblins?
Most of it was
Plus, it's
food.
tainted. No, would be tainted.
Hmm.
Well, the hobgoblin spoke common, even if it was a very bad common. We can,
Yeah, but that was because we spoke common. I think. I think they normally converse in goblin.
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can say he's practicing it, to sound, to sound more real.
Maybe they need a passport to come in.
A
Well, let's just.
passport.
I would say stalk these boys and then do the slave thing.
That's just
Okay.
some stalking then. Otherwise, the entire session is gonna be us talking about this.
Yeah.
That's what happens like all the time.
Never happened.
Or last thing, what we can do is make the fake gunshot wound, like do like pow 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 pow, and then like all lay on the ground like and like we're wounded, and then they're gonna be like, oh, there's slaves that we can take for free, and then like we're in the camp and we're not actually wounded at all, and we're like, haha.
What if they
Like,
search our
Where's the
bodies?
blood gonna come from? How are we gonna fake our wounds, huh? Who's gonna sacrifice ourselves?
dude, they're
And the whole
goblins.
army gonna jump on us.
We can fake it.
I'm gonna stab you.
Or we can also talk with Ham and have him around.
Yeah, just ask Hemp.
Why is he not here?
Why don't we pray to sin?
Why do I hear a
Okay.
prissy? Is that a
But
prissy?
I would say let's stalk the boys and then see if they say password. If so, then just try and catch it and then just do the hobgoblin thing to lure in slaves with two hobgoblin disguises.
You could also like let your pseudo dragon spy from like a few 100 feet up.
Could I? Wait. I know this might sound stupid, but could I take off my head and give it to the dragon?
You could.
That could be
You'll
funny.
be able to see.
Okay, well, wait. How
Wait,
about...
that's actually
No,
really
no, no.
funny.
Here's the plan I'm thinking about. I use this guy's self on your dragon, make it look like an eagle carrying, you know, a normal skull. So you know it's kind of normal. It's not something.
Yeah, because all the eagles that carry skulls around.
Well, you might be some, you know, kind of body, and they just,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
and
Make
it
him a
just
cloud.
it just flies me around over the camp.
So may I ask, what is it you're planning on doing? Because at this
Okay,
point, the goblins that you saw are starting to get pretty far away.
yeah. So we can give Glue a disguise self with Matthias' head so he can swoop closer.
Well,
to
disguise
them.
self only works on the one who casts it.
Oh, okay. Well
Only
then,
no, no.
just like if he disguises himself as like a fish or something, his head, can he do that? So then it looks like a pseudo dragon flying
I
around with a fish.
don't.
That's the problem, guys. They will know that that's not normal. That there's just this pseudo dragon flying around
Yeah,
checking them out.
I don't think I can actually disguise as a fish. You know.
I think we just sneak up.
So yeah, it's either ambush
Do
or
you guys, do any of you have the disguise self spell?
I do.
Theonos.
Then why don't you do that?
Yeah,
Because
but
I
we still
cannot
need
be
to know if there's
shorter.
a
I
password.
don't speak fucking goblin.
Yeah, but you could do a hobgoblin.
You,
That's fine.
it says you can
You
see
have
1
three
foot
languages.
shorter
What?
or
What?
taller.
Someone talk to you, but 1 foot is not enough.
No,
A
but don't you
hobgoblin's
just
roughly our size, right?
yeah, it's like just like you're just a taller of a tinier hobgoblin than normal,
It's just me
Okay,
with
How
the.
tall
so
is hobgoblin? Like,
About the size of a human. Sometimes taller, sometimes shorter.
yeah.
yeah, so that's fine. Just
Okay,
you
then
can
So
we
use
have
what's
our
disguise self.
hobgoblin.
what's the plan? I just go in and just.
Um,
Yeah, just go in.
in the party, if you say that you have the disguise self spell, then I will say that I also have the same.
Huh?
So if we wanted to do the hobgoblin thing,
Yeah, then we have our two hobgoblins.
And we have 2 slaves then.
What if you like shove the other like I know they're like far up, but we can run, we're hobgoblins. Well, you are hobgoblins and we're slaves. What if you just run up and then like go when you go through the gate and they are about to open it, like for the other goblins, you're just like out of the way, we have slaves, fuck all of y'all.
But won't we be speaking common?
Yeah, but you're just trying to make it so quick that they're just like, oh well, they're hobgoblins, they know what they're doing. They have slaves after all, and people were looking for slaves. I don't know why it's Mickey Mouse, but
Uh-huh. So we have Mickey Mouse and fucking Yoda. Slave me.
So,
I don't-
again, what are you doing?
Sure, I guess we can do the disguise if everybody's okay with it.
Yep.
Tyrion's getting impatient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So let's disguise Mattia and Mech as hobgoblins, and then
Yeah.
we'll like. Can we? I have like a shit ton of rope, guys. I have like an immense amount of rope. I have 100 feet of rope. So I have 50 feet
Where did you
hempen
carry it?
and 50 feet silk up my ass. Um,
Also, Tyrion, I assume I still have the scrolls, the first one we found, right?
The scroll with the orders. Yeah.
Yeah, with the orders. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I will then give the hempen rope.
Oh, I'm gonna say, I'm with the scroll. I'm gonna say to Nisk, we could just hand that scroll to them. We might not even need to say anything.
Yeah, just do like a.
Just and hand the scroll to them.
Sure. And
Yeah,
also,
we
let's tie the rope so it's kind of loose, so they can actually get free pretty easily.
Well, I would do it like kind of tight-ish. Otherwise, they're gonna think that we're not.
Well, then do
tight
it
enough.
tied, but a knot that you can undo
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we do that. I turn into a hobgoblin. Wait, what's the duration? Yeah, duration 1. Hobgoblin me? That's fucking Yoda.
Yes.
I'm just some farmer, if they ask.
I'm just a merchant. Yulia's just a bird.
All right, so I'll be the slave in a situation. I'll walk up front. You two walk behind me.
I also have rope if we need to
Yeah.
tie everyone up.
Yeah,
Do
do
it.
that.
I assume we've tied everyone up and now we are ready to go.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah.
Finally, guys.
You pretty easily tie everyone up. You pretty easily tie everyone up. Derkenbold, you're a sailor, so you're used to tying knots. You can tie ones that are pretty easy to undo.
Yes. I even have a paling pin if needed.
Yeah. And you make your way over towards towards the walls, and they grow larger and larger as the more you approach them. But you stay on the road, and ahead of you in the distance, you've noticed how the goblins got in. And then, as you reach the gates as well, you hear a voice call up from above.
I try to scream. I scream the word that resembles slave in the. Try and do it.
You kind of
Sorry.
give me an intelligence check on that, please.
Sorry.
I would say, like, can I grab your arm and shake the scroll if you're holding it?
Yeah, and we also shake the scroll as well.
Like at them, like at the
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, it seems the word you shouted, you think you got the pronunciation pretty correctly, and you see them sort of just look at each other. The two guards up there, both hobgoblins. They kind of raise their elbows a bit, or raise their shoulders a bit, just kind of like, okay, whatever. And then the gates open up,
Cool.
and you travel inside. As you travel inside, huh?
No, it's nothing. I just said, oh yeah.
And as you come inside, they both kind of two goblins walk up to you. They're carrying glaives with them, and they're dressed in pretty heavy armor. And they just kind of give you it kind of looks you up and down, and one of them says something in Goblin. Yeah. Griff, yeah.
I just show them the scroll and just say, emit some kind of grunt.
Yeah. They look at it and just, and then they escort you over pretty silently towards this sort of center. You can see now as well, inside the camp, the walls were large, perhaps about 40 feet tall, and inside as well, they're also covered in iron and like scraps of metal. They're very reinforced. There are spikes all around, and you see inside a number of ballistas. You also see this large, almost gigantic ship, only the bow of it, floating in the air about 30 feet up. And like there are these makeshift houses, pretty big, in fact, all made of iron and similar materials, with some stone as well, masonry. And there is this there is this odd atmosphere around you, like this unnatural atmosphere.
Is it the same atmosphere we had with the rock?
Yeah, and notably, it's like you can sense this like unease emanating from this massive like half of a ship that's floating above, and you come down. You're being led down this like little valley that seems to be in the center of this massive camp, and standing underneath the ship, a hobgoblin that is notably taller than the others, wearing what looks to be very like well decorated and well made armor. Some few like scraps and scratches on it, but otherwise polished and well maintained. As he turns around to look upon you, you notice his eyes are darkened. The pupils are missing, and where there should be the white of the eyes, they're just completely pitch black. And around as well, there are these darkened spots. And as he looks upon you, he kind of, he gets given the scroll. He looks at it, notices that you're carrying people with you, and he walks up and says, "Ah, you will do nicely in the workforce." And he turns to the two of you disguised, says something in Goblin, and looks upon you again. And you get this aura of unease as his hand shifts strangely. You can hear the bone crunching as the arm almost twists upon itself, turning into this long, fleshy tendril, which then splits off into 5 different sort of what looks almost like fingers at the edge of a very long arm. And this arm just kind of goes over and feels upon all of you. I need all of you to make me Constitution saving throws.
All of us?
Oh boy.
Not except for the ones disguised.
Oh, okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Who first?
Oh no, guys!
Seriously? Seriously?
Erkenbold, you feel fine afterwards, if a bit shaken by it. Edmund, you are immune to disease. Kea, you can feel something shifting and like changing. Something unnatural.
Oh, literally asked the Hobgoblin. What are you doing with your $10 on us? That's not very nice.
I'm simply mocking you. That's all.
Marking us with what, can I ask?
Don't be alarmed. It's to make sure you don't flee. Because if you do, he looks to one of the hobgoblins at his side, who looks afraid suddenly, frightened. As he, like, clenches his fist, the hobgoblin, similarly to the ones you killed before, bloats up and explodes. If you do try to escape, I assure you it will end poorly for you. But you will serve well.
Of
I'm certain of
course.
this. And for future interactions, you can refer to me as Supreme Commander.
Supreme
But
Commander who?
you must not get too hasty with the naming. If you decide to follow my orders to the point, I may reveal some more information to you. But for now, that is going to be all.
That's alright, Supreme Commander.
You're going to be taken to cells, where you will be put to work.
Right.
He looks over again to the two of you and barks an order at you in Goblin.
I'm gonna nod.
From what you assume, it's something along the lines of taking them to the prison, like to the prisons.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I nod
And
and
Yep.
you two, along with 2 other hobgoblins, that now hastily, frightened, obviously, of this supreme commander, escort you towards these like rusty like makeshift prison cells.
Do we see any other people there?
There are a few people, most beaten and bloody, likely from disobeying orders. Some seem to have not gotten the same harsh punishment. They just sort of sit there. And some as well, you notice, it seems the disease has gotten to them further, as their eyes as well are completely blackened.
Is the camp very organized and like straight lines, or is it more just like people just plopped tents down?
It is organized
Also,
with military precision.
yeah, as I walk through the camp, can I just note down where all the armaments are? You know, if there's any
Yeah.
defense and such.
There seems to be quite a lot of defense, and there are quite a number. There are quite a number of hobgoblins here. And as you lead the others into the prison cells, uh, the supreme commander comes up again, and as you are firmly locked inside the cells, kind of looks all of you over and says, "I'll set them to work tomorrow. For now, I think that'll be it."
Sir Supreme Overlord Commander Boss, as one final question, please.
Ask away.
What will we be doing as slaves?
I don't like that term.
As freelancers. The term free very loosely used.
Yes, that seems more like it. It will be serving me in making sure the warship is prepared in time. And then, well, I'll have no more use of you afterwards. But if you decide to act well, I might rescind that statement.
Worship?
Ah, yes,
Ah,
the warship of the Void Travelers. Look upon it. It's magnificent.
Is he looking towards the ship?
Yeah,
That looks sehr good, Supreme Boss Overlord Man.
indeed.
Well, I
The
can only.
outsiders. The outsiders speak to me. They tell me great things. You shall come to see it as well if you serve me.
Of course. So, did the outsiders give you that tentacle arm?
The outsiders are not of flesh.
So
They
they're
are
like
of
the
different.
gods.
They surpass gods.
Alright. I'm
And
not
we'll
scared,
see
don't
to
worry.
more of this tomorrow. It will all be revealed in time. Now I have duties to attend to, and I suggest you get rest. You've got a hard day's work tomorrow.
Alright.
And he steps away. And it's about at this point that the disguise upon Nisk fades.
Yeah, so does mine. But
Dude, 1 hour has passed already?
1 hour's passed already.
Damn.
So, at least
Uh, the disguise of Nisk fades. Just yours too?
yes.
Right.
Wait. Is the Supreme Overlord still there when it fades?
He's walked away at this point.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yes.
Alright, if they both fade, then you are both taken and thrown into the prison cells with the others. And the
Huh.
cell doors are locked.
Wait,
That's
so
where.
they're like hobgoblins still with us?
Yeah,
You're in
Hmm.
their camp after all.
and that's in that case where we'll end the first session.
Whew.
80% planning on
Let's
to enter
just
the
go
camp.
all in the fucking hole, guys. It's completely fine in the middle
Let's
of the
all
hole.
go in Auschwitz!
it's fine. We have a scroll with escape
Where's
with.
my javelin? I want to get it
Uh,
through the
yeah,
field.
but you three should not use it. Because
You still all have your equipment and weapons on you,
Hmm.
say.
Yeah.
But the hobgoblins don't seem to mind you having them.
Wait,
I mean, I
And
only have a
if-
signal.
I didn't know that the hobgoblins were still there. I thought everybody left. I don't think my character would have done that if like
All
clearly
right, so your
there
disguise
were
does not fade in that case, and
Yes,
only Nisk is still in the prison
but
cells.
does it look like that they're leaving or are they literally like sitting there?
There are guards. They're outside guarding this place.
Oh. So
They're
wait, I'm
owls.
confused. I'm confused. Are they like staring at all the prisoners? Like, see the cell that everybody is locked in?
At this
Can
point,
they see it?
they've just been put in there, so yes.
Okay, I will just wait for them to leave, but we can do that next session.
Yes. So everyone is in prison cells except for Theo.
That's interesting that your disguise self doesn't fade, Theo.
Maybe I
But
cast
that
it
is
a
for
few minutes.
That is for next session.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay, we're gonna
So-
fly.
And I will end the recording here.